Hello, 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 and welcome to yet another Q&A here on the Rag Company YouTube channel. I'm your host, Dane Anthony, and to my left, Anthony Fisher.
Dane, thanks for having me. Happy to be here, and happy Q&A freaking Thursday to everybody watching and listening.
It really is. So, without further ado, I want to look over to the wash bay here and introduce today's detailer, Carson Black. Welcome to the show, Carson. Happy to have you with us.
Hi, thank you so much for having me. The camera hasn't switched, but that's okay. But it's an audio show too. That's okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, today we're having a good time. There we go. That works.
Boom, you got a camera. All right.
Yeah. But today we're detailing this super dirty Honda CR-V with a bunch of products from various brands. We're using a couple brands from Car Candy. We're using some Armor Detail Supply, even some Optimum, and yeah, we're gonna have a great time. We're going to detail the headlights. Headlights are a little foggy, not terrible, and then restore some of the trim and clean these wheels. So that's kind of our main thing on today's Q&A.
Excellent,
good.
Carson. Thank you very much.
Yeah. Speaking of fog, Dane.
Yeah, it's foggy outside,
It has
too.
been foggy outside here in Boise, Idaho. Something pretty fierce, to be honest. I mean, we saw the fog rolling in. The way to describe it is, have you ever seen the movie called The Fog?
The Mist.
Okay, The Mist is a completely different movie, and that ends not in a great way. But The Fog itself.
Spoilers.
So there was the remake of the Fog movie that I believe happened with a couple key actors from the early 2000s. The guy that played the primary role in Smallville.
See, when I think of The Fog, I think of the original, going back to the 80s.
This is the remake that happened in early 2000s. Also a very fun movie, not like The Mist. Mist is not a fun movie. Do not recommend watching that.
A real good back-to-back was 28 Days Later and then The Mist.
Yeah.
Or either one you can start with and finish with.
You like to party, don't you?
I feel like the ending of The Mist really is a great way to just end the whole night, though.
It's not.
Just really end it on a high.
The fog is something fierce outside, but good news though, because hopefully it's going to clear up. We've had some pretty decent weather here in Boise, and we've been able to do some outdoor washes and do some video shoots, especially stuff in preparation for TRCMA, which is quickly approaching, Dane.
Yeah, man, it's coming up fast.
TRCMA 2026. We do it big. We do it right. We have a ton of fun with this essentially online detailing event, expo, whatever you like to call it.
Sure.
Where we feature
virtual trade show.
Some of the biggest brands in the world under one roof here for a week where we go over new products and techniques and tools and tips, tricks, everything like that. So, Dane, do you know what the dates are for TRCMA 2026?
See, he's asking me this because he doesn't remember exactly, and I don't remember exactly. It's always the end of March, beginning of April. March 30th to April 2nd. That is when your time frame is. But it always runs for that week in that little window of time. So the thing to know about that show is it's the biggest thing we do all year. We prep like crazy for it. Honestly, the last thing in terms of TRCMA I'm even thinking about are the dates, because there's just so much other stuff going on.
That's true.
And I figured the dates will sneak up on us one way or another. They just do every time.
True. It is truly a marathon. It is not a race.
A year's worth of effort, video shoots in advance, all kinds of stuff. For a live show, there sure is a lot of stuff you got to do to prepare for it. It is intense.
Agreed. So that'll be quickly approaching here. That'll be the end of March, beginning of April. So don't miss out. Mark your calendars. Maybe take I don't want to say take the day off of work, but maybe let your work know that you're probably not going to be doing a whole lot of work that day, or that week, I should say, and you're going to be watching TRCMA. So
that's the hope.
Other than that, though, we are obviously here in January, so some general housekeeping. We've reached the end of our quarter four, so we're kicking off here Q1. And I think that this year, 2026, is going to actually have a series of different changes in a positive way. Things that are going to have to do with our social media, things that are going to have to do with our whole ambassador program. We also have some changes being made, obviously, to our product lineups and things that we're going to offer, especially the Ultra H2O line coming down the pipeline here very soon. So I'm excited about this year. I'm looking forward to it. I think it's going to be so awesome. And obviously hosting more, shows like this. And there may actually be some format changes as well to possibly Q&A. I'm not going to say anything set in stone yet, but it is something just to be aware of as a possibility.
I've been working on some things behind the scenes with Nick and Glenn, and I'm really happy at what potential there may be.
Yeah. So, Dane, I want to change it up really quick. How was your weekend?
It
How was your last week? What did you do?
Nice. Boy, what is this, the TRC podcast? Did I just forget? I went through a time warp.
How was your weekend? What did you do?
You misunderstand that I literally just forget everything that happens in the past week when it happens. I'm terrible at remembering stuff. But the reality was we had a birthday party for my brother's girlfriend, and it was really fun. We had a bunch of family in town, so we actually had extended family around. It was a good time. Hung out at my parents' house, just did kind of festive things, cooked some cool dinners, and all in all, sang Happy Birthday a whole bunch.
Nice. Okay.
With the piano and everything my dad was playing. Yeah.
How many times is a whole bunch? Like, what's your
Well, we sang
definition?
at least 4 different times.
Oh, wow.
Not including the Crab Shack night, which was a seafood fest that we did. We actually got a bunch of crabs and shucked them, and it was a whole thing. We made a whole party out of it. And my brother's girlfriend actually made aprons for everybody that were specially branded, said Henning Crab Shack. So that was pretty fun. That was a whole thing.
That's pretty funny. Yeah.
And they were actually very nicely done. So I was super stoked about that. That was fun. And we all sang B-52's Love Shack super loud while shucking, crabs and dancing around the kitchen. It was a whole thing.
That's very wholesome, Zane.
Yeah. So
it's a whole thing and
what
a wholesome thing.
What did you get up to? You're asking the questions.
Dane,
I'm throwing it right back at you.
We talked last Thursday about doing some more house projects and doing some refining around the house and, things that we want to do, right, in 2026. And I've been mapping out my my idea for my candlelights that I'm thinking about doing, a little bit of garage, clean up, shelving, stuff like that. I think that this year, obviously I need to continue what's that called? Thinning out the herd of just stuff that I own, right? And right now I have a temporary storage unit that I'm renting as like a holding place for crap until I can figure out what goes, what stays. And so I had to make some trips over to there, drop off some Christmas stuff, pick up some other things. And overall, though, no, it was a pretty chill weekend. It was actually pretty nice weather, and I was able to get out and do a little bit, drive around a little bit, and that was primarily it. Now this week, just mostly family stuff and preparation because I'm leaving next week for Mobile Tech Expo a week early because I'm going to be sitting a whole week in Orlando there to kind of do some Disney stuff with the family, go and spend time with each other, and I think it'll be a fun time. So I'll be there a week early, and then obviously following that, Mobile Tech Expo does start on that following Wednesday at the end of January, in which I will be hosting a detailing class on how to choose the right microfiber for your shop on Wednesday, and then Microfiber 101 on Thursday, and then Friday is the start of the show, Saturday is the second day of the show, and Sunday morning we head home bright and early. It's gonna be a pretty early flight, but we get back into Boise at noon, which is kind of sweet.
Okay, so you still got the rest of your day to do stuff.
Be able to enjoy, after a 7-hour flight, whatever that is.
It's not really fun when you spend like a whole day traveling somewhere and you just feel like, well, I lost that whole day.
Yeah. And then last night I was telling the guys, so today, depending on how I'm feeling here in the next hour or so, I may or may not be bouncing out for the second half and bringing in Mr. Lucas Blaine to join me. That is Lucas from Customer Service. He does a killer job at servicing our customers, and he does it Monday through Friday from 9 to 5. And he's incredible. He's incredible.
Busy guy.
So yeah, I had last night. I had funny enough, I had like a can of sardines, right, and then I followed it with like this really like boutique thing of like tuna that I got from it's from Spain or something. It's all my stocking stuffers, right? So
this is what you get yourself to stuff stockings.
No, this is what other people get me, Dane, because I guess I don't know.
Because they know you're the fish guy.
You're
the seafood guy.
Okay.
I like sushi, but I draw the line at anchovies and sardines. I do not like sardines at all.
They are good for you.
Do not like anchovies either.
Packed with omega-3s. Anchovies, a different story. But what ended up happening is I ate both of these things, and then for some reason I took like my combination of my vitamin D, my CLA, my multivitamin, stuff like that. I also threw another high potency omega-3 in that mix.
Okay, right? So that's a lot going on there.
So I pounded that down along with that fish stuff, and needless to say, it has messed me up something fierce. I am not feeling great. I had some coffee this morning, and it was not what I needed. So with that said, I might bounce out. So use me and abuse me while I'm here with some questions. So Dane, let's get started. What do we got?
Why don't we? Let's kick it out to Eric here. Eric DIY. What's he saying?
Good afternoon, TRC team. I hope everyone is staying warm. Going to hit 30 degrees Fahrenheit in Florida. Oh, gosh, don't tell me that. So basically, the end of the world for natives. I got to break out the rinses with Anthony's tips. 30 degrees. I was expecting 70.
Actually, believe it or not, that's colder than it is here.
Yeah.
That's messed up.
And I got humidity, too. So
normally, it's way colder here, but we've had this weird buffer thing going on where it's just been hovering in the 40s and 50s.
Yes.
Anyway, moving along, we've also got Levi here, who is touting he's got a tour video that premieres on his channel after the Q&A. So look forward to that.
Heck yeah.
Then I've got David Boyce here, always, with something to do with festive things.
Oh, well, I'm glad he didn't call me General Grievous, so that's a start.
That's an improvement.
Anthony, I got my apartment smelling like your log cabin. Okay, I think I know where he's going with this. I use the Christmas edition O&R for my kitchen and bathroom floors. Ooh, nice. Thanks, Grizzly Adams. Okay, so I got a different name. Very nice. That's awesome. Yeah, the Christmas O&R, perfect this time of year for some baseboard wipe downs, cleaning up your vinyl floors, wiping down your kitchen cabinets, all that. So
I like that.
use it while you can, right? Because you know. I think it's no longer on the website. Really? I believe it's been pulled. We had like 1 or 2 bottles left, and I think it's been taken off. So
yeah, when it's gone, folks. That's how limited edition things work. All right, next up, I got Eric again. What's Eric saying?
Thoughts on ceramic toppers. If you like the idea, do you prefer wet type to use at final rinse versus drying aid versus final dry application? Liking wet style since I blow dry coated vehicle. I think it's whatever your preference is. I could go either way, because basically, you are saving time, you are saving effort. The only downside of using a wet topper would be, for some reason, if you had excessive buildup, that you would have to come back through and wipe down with a towel anyways. Unlikely, but it can happen from time to time.
Sure.
The therapeutic aspect, though, for the most fun, right, less efficient, is to do a dry wipe or to do a drying aid. That just makes you feel like you're having a little bit more of an intimate moment with the car, if that's what you choose to do. But with the right hydrophobics, a blow dryer may be all you need. So I guess different strokes for different folks. I don't really have a preferred preference. It's mostly what I have time for.
Okay, noted. Then I've got Ronnie Ott simply saying, good afternoon, TRC family. Right back at you, sir. Ron, happy to have you with us. Then we got Juice Free saying, let's go.
Nice, Juice.
And I like how Ron says, it looks like today's car is a Lazarus project. So I'm thinking, maybe more along the lines, maybe not quite a ship of Theseus, like most of the original parts are still there. But I think what Carson's doing is just demonstrating, at least when I picked this car out, and the owner's watching right now, I believe, when picking it out, the idea was you take something that hasn't been detailed before, and it has some notable things like these headlights, this trim, the tires, just things that get left alone over time. The sun happens to them, weather happens to them, normal stuff. What are things you can do to a car that just, looks a little tired, and you can wake it back up again without having to do anything crazy like a repaint or full body polish or anything like that? What can you do that's kind of like specific? And that's what Carson's showing us today.
Yeah, I mean, headlights are going to be your number one thing that's going to show.
It ages a car.
It ages a car super quick, absolutely. And it transforms it. Number one, it's a safety thing. It's a big safety concern. You can, see farther down the road. And it ups the resale value like tenfold.
Certainly.
And so that helps quite a bit. These unfortunately have like chicken scratches or chicken feet, whatever you want to call them, or or spider crack, whatever you want to say, where the inside of the plastic itself is actually cracked, and that can happen over time from heat or whatever it may be. And some of the edges of the clear coat are failing in this corner here, where you could sand and you could go super crazy on it and maybe get it perfect, but you just have to decide, especially if you are a detailer that is getting paid for something like this, Do you charge the customer by hour? If this is a personal project, would you take care of this? Quick Google search of, hey, how much are headlights for this? I'm assuming probably headlights for these are about $200. It may be worth it just to buy some new headlights.
Usually, like you're saying, if the damage occurs inside the housing and you're seeing that happen, that's probably a good time for it. Unless you're just planning on, doing like a resale situation. But if you're planning on keeping it for a long time, replace those headlights. It's going to be a good investment just for safety's sake. But in this case, you're just showing us like how much you can do with what's there. So some of the clouding, if I'm understanding correctly, you're saying some of the clouding is on the inside.
Absolutely.
Of the lens.
And I wouldn't go out and replace these, tomorrow. But these would be restored, and then in the next 10 years, if they get bad again, maybe it may be time to restore them again or replace them.
I mean, if that car has got 10 years left in it, which is a Honda, and I'm sure it will.
Oh, 100%. It's got a K series in it.
Yeah, it's K24 in there.
Yeah.
It does have a K24 in there. It does. Yeah, it does. Yeah.
Just like my old Element had.
Yeah. Very
All
cool.
right. Very cool. Moving along, we've got Demo here with a good afternoon, everyone. Same to you there,
what's
Demo.
going on?
And Anthony. We got to come up with a name.
I want to give a shout out to Demo.
Yes. Of course.
Thank you for the king cake. Demo, I hope you saw the photo I sent you.
That was amazing, actually.
Of Dane and I devouring that king cake. Now, we only had like one piece, and we shared it with the rest of the team. It was delicious. It was like a donut, kind of, as usual. It's like a donut style with
it's like
the filling.
a donut cosplaying as a cake.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a good way to
pretending
put it.
it's a
That's fun.
cake just for the day.
No, we absolutely loved it. Thank you so much for sending that and keeping the tradition going. Next up.
All right. Then we have the one who shall remain nameless, who always gets a name on this show. What are we going to call him today? Hey, Carson. Yeah. I'm going to ask you, what should we call the one who shall remain nameless today?
I think his name is going to be Justin for today.
Justin. Okay, we're rolling with Justin.
Pretty basic name. Okay.
Yeah, sometimes that's all right.
Good afternoon and happy Friday, Junior TRC family from the sunny south coast of Massachusetts. I hope this finds you. I hope I find you all well this afternoon. Yeah.
Oh.
Pretty well, minus whatever is going on inside me.
Your guts are doing something. So
something is happening.
Thank you,
and
Justin.
I want this to end.
Much appreciated. And I think for all of us here, we all say, please, Anthony, let your stomach get better.
Yeah, thank you. It will, Dane.
As someone who's sitting right next to you, I really hope it gets better.
Something has to happen.
Not worse.
Move on. Stilly says, happy Friday Eve TRC gang. Hello to all. Rumor of Levi making a showing.
He's a little far away for that, I must say.
He's a little far away, yeah.
But appreciate the thought.
I will be seeing him in 2 weeks, though.
Yes, and he's in the chat here, guys. You can talk to him.
Yeah.
He's hanging out right now.
Say, what's going on, Master of Shine?
Yeah.
Next up, Neil White. Hey, Neil. TRC. I hope you're all doing well. Thank you, Neil. Back
sir.
at you.
And then we got some weather updates from Hankman here. Thank you for that. And then we got a hello from Mike G Detailing, and I'm going to move on to another page because we need some detailing questions. All right, we got another one from David Boyce about the smell of Christmas O&R, which we touched on. Alpha Tango. Dane always has the best hair. Busy season is over. I'm back to the lives. Alpha Tango, I'm happy to see you here, and my hair is doing what my hair does. So.
It's just thick. It is so thick.
It's
I've asked him about
luscious hair.
Donating it possibly.
It's not that long though. Like it's not like a long donatable. It's just thick.
Dane. It's kind of like the Black Forest in Germany, right? It is. There's an incredible density there, right?
Yeah.
Some may also call it kind of gummy.
Gummy?
Yeah, like the fact that it just has good bounce back. I think it needs to stale out.
Yeah. Wow. Look at that. Okay, moving along. We've got Neil.
Just do that every day.
Just an animated GIF for that. All right.
The Fog is a John Carpenter film. Really cool movie.
Yes, he scores his movies that way. It's awesome with the synth and everything. Love that. All right. Then we've got, boom, would not be a Q&A without this guy.
Good afternoon. Word up from a cold Minnesota, USA. Happy Friday Eve TRC game. Hope all is well. Thank you, Dan Pfeiffer. We appreciate you being here.
We love having you here, Dan Pfeiffer. Appreciate you. All right. What on earth is going on here, Justin?
Some might call him a Pfeiffer for lifer.
A Pfeiffer for lifer. I like it.
I like that.
Justin is saying, will TRC be offering a bathing suit car wash calendar for 2026?
Yes, so that
was not on my bingo card.
Mm-hmm. You weren't invited to the meeting, Dane, but you are very much a part of it. So we have picked out a series of outfits for both you and myself, and one of them includes Lederhosen.
Lederhosen? No. We're not going back there. No, we're not doing that.
Lederhosen. That's it. For the swimsuit calendar.
Okay. Well,
and we will be shooting this entire shoot over at the Schnitzel Garden in Eagle, Idaho.
So to all of you who are listening, thank your lucky stars that this, for you, is an audio-only podcast. All right, moving along. Jesse, what's Jesse saying?
He said, Carson, do you like that idea?
I'm not going to say anything. It's not appropriate.
So would you buy the swimsuit calendar if me and Dane were in it in Lederhosen at the Schnitzel Garden?
No.
Oh, no.
No.
And keep in mind, it's garden with a T. Garten. Garten.
No.
Yeah, it's not happening.
Jesse Grease says, hey guys, my rims are coated with ADS wheel coating. You think BrakeBuster will start weakening the coating over time for being high pH? Most likely not. No. I've been using BrakeBuster, full strength, half strength, for years on coated rims and wheels. No major ill effects. I mean, as long as you're not letting it sit there and dry on the surface or dwell for too long, you're fine. Yeah.
Yep.
It's gonna be very safe.
All right, and then Justin says, for 2026, sorry about that, I'm using voice to text while sitting in traffic. Well, I appreciate you staying safe out there, Justin, and doing the clunkier method, but one that guarantees your hands are still on the wheel. So,
agreed.
All right, then we got Angry Monkey Detailing saying, hello all, can we get Ziva from G-Technic on the podcast? He stole every scene he came through, thanks. Are you familiar with Ziva?
Oh, the dog.
Yeah. No, when we were up there,
dog.
yeah. No, Ziva's amazingly.
Ziva's a girl, I think. Ziva is a girl.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that dog was very sweet, and actually, I got a lot of footage when these guys were like setting up to go talk in front of the building. I'd set up a shot looking like I'm looking directly at them, like, all right, I'm going to get a picture. And then I just slowly move down to zoom in on Ziva looking through the glass behind you guys.
Ziva's a great dog.
Very cute.
Ziva's a great dog. Chris got a good one. He loves that dog.
Shop dog.
Very much. And,
is it like a cream lab or like an English lab type thing? I don't
remember exactly the exact model number.
Okay. Yeah. What's the VIN on that lab?
I don't remember the exact chassis code on that dog.
What's the SKU on that lab?
Can we lift the tail to scan?
I don't think it works like that, buddy.
Like that. Okay.
All right. Next up, people watching here, there's probably some people watching from the Barkin Perk. They could probably tell us. I would appreciate their input.
Do they lift the tail to scan or no?
I mean, when they say they put a chip in your dog, where does it go?
Good question, Dane. DIY with Kane says, with sister Sydney moving to Car Candy, any plans to carry their lineup? We currently distribute Car Candy on Amazon right now.
Oh, there you go. And then we've got Jason here saying, hello, TRC. Greetings from snowy Toronto.
Nice.
Hello. And happy to have our international audience. We do really have a good time with people from all around the world popping in to watch these things.
I do.
And now, Jeff C., always with a thoughtful comment. What's he saying today?
What are TRC's favorite use cases for O&R Hyper Foam? I've been enjoying using it as a pre-soak, and then following up with regular blue O&R for the contact wash. Really cuts through the grime. Man, like pretty much what you're doing. I mean, if you want to continue just sticking with the O&R Hyperfoam or basically the foaming O&R, Foam-N-R, if you want to stick to the whole wash, you can. You don't necessarily have to switch to the blue O&R unless you just prefer the way it feels. But no, I mean, that's pretty much like the best use case is you can foam it on. And what's nice about Foam-N-R is that just due to the viscosity of it, it goes a long way in a IK foamer. So you could throw it in an IK foamer, it foams great. You could do your pre-spray with that, allow it to start breaking down and start penetrating a lot of that surface grime, and then follow up with your normal rinseless and you can be good to go. I mean, you're done. So it serves a very similar purpose as a pre-soak, like with an APC, but obviously it's going to be a much more neutral chemical. That's not going to be as potent in terms of like acidity or alkalinity. So it's a good option for a lot of people who are just looking for good, strong lubrication with great encapsulation.
That makes sense. Then I got David Boyce here. Dane, can you sing Billy Joel's song The Piano Man while your dad plays the piano? That would be awesome. Didn't Billy Joel famously say he was sick of singing that song?
Maybe that's why he's asking you to sing it, Dane.
He's just like, well, Billy will.
Yeah, Billy won't do it, so Dane will.
Ay. All right. Any word on ADS coming out with a low pH shampoo, asks GT Details.
GT Details. There is a word. One word.
Ooh.
That's it.
You can't say it. Cryptic. That's how we like to keep it here.
There's a word.
Keep you guessing until there's no more guessing.
Dun, dun, dun.
Oh, dear. We've got Ronnie Yacht saying, it's been warm here. We had a couple of days of rain, which washed the salt off the roads. I took the Mistress, that's my 2006 Mustang, out for a little neighborhood romp, he says.
Nice.
All right.
Very cool.
And Neil, back to seafood shame. You're saying sardines are awesome. Too bad Anthony is scared of oysters.
Neil, I don't want to be scared of oysters. I actually was offered oysters the other day, and I turned them down for my own weird, personal reasons.
We're not going to linger on that, but thank you, Neil.
Fibromyalgia, whatever the heck it's called, or not, whatever the one thing it is. But I do like sardines. The thought of them right now is making me absolutely sick to my stomach, and I wish I wouldn't have done what I done.
Oh man,
it just. You don't take fish oil, high potency fish oil, on top of eating like 2 cans of that.
That's too much.
Too
fish,
many
man.
omega 3s. I'm omega 3ing.
I don't care if your diet is entirely seafood. That's just too much fish at once.
That's weird though when you think about it, right? Like sardines, like there's such a good concentration of omega 3s there, but I think it also has to do with the actual oil that they're in, whether it's soybean or olive oil. So I think that amount of oil too kind of offsets. It actually makes the probably more. I don't know. Makes it worse on your stomach versus eating like an entire salmon.
No, that's a fair point.
I mean,
but how does that make someone a better detailer?
Dane, first off, omega 3s are great for your overall skin health.
Well, yes,
it's great
your
for your
health
heart health,
benefits.
right? And I like to think that omega 3s negate the negative effects that maybe detailing chemicals could eventually have on all of our health.
Okay, no,
I think that's valid.
I'm a fish fan too, so right there with you. Yeah. You're slightly more adventurous on that front than I am, but I
see
still
food.
love a
I
good fish.
eat food. Next up, Jason M5636 says, "Hey Anthony, if I have ADS glass coating on the windshield, can I use Built Hamber Traceless or PNS glass finisher after maintenance wash, or will those weaken the coating? Better to use better off to use Bead Maker." So, man, that's a great question. So if you're talking about Reflect is totally fine. You can use Reflect as much as you want on the windshield. You're never going to hurt anything. Built Hammer Traceless does contain things that could eventually break down a coating. It's potent stuff, dude. I mean, it's a great glass cleaner. Whether it's the IPA or solvent or that weird combo mix. I'm not sure what exactly what it is, but it is some potent stuff. And so I think that continued use on something with protection could eventually start breaking that down. So what I would recommend is probably Reflect, as I know it wouldn't do that, or just a traditional, just a glass cleaner. Nothing crazy. You don't have to coat. You don't have to put a topper on top of the topper for your glass. You can just literally use a traditional glass cleaner and just clean it up and be happy. That's what I'd probably say.
All right. Then I've got, oh my goodness. Let's see. We have Beer Medic. Did we already do that one? Oh no, I think I already did that one. Pop that up there. Clean up black. Did we cover this one?
No.
Okay.
What's the best way to clean up what looks like water spots on the black window trim on my Tesla Model Y? I've used water spot remover and everything else I can think of. Have you just tried polishing? Have you tried like hyper polish, for example, just on a little towel? You can just take it, rub it. If it's gloss black trim, which I'm assuming it is, then yes, you'd polish that out with a machine and something light, and then work your way up in abrasiveness as needed. If it's satin finish, then you would just use like hyper polish on like a ribbon rag and by hand just kind of lightly agitate it and see if you can remove it that way.
Yes. Sketchy.
Yeah, that's pretty much what I would do between those two options. Okay. Yeah, water spot remover on trim may not always yield the best results just due to the porous nature of it.
Which is also why it ends up with those spots in the first place.
Correct.
Next up, we've got Michael, 2000 Live, saying, "Good afternoon, everyone. Trying to pick between the Comet and the Active 2.0. Any opinions from you guys?" I know that both are popular choices. I know that, was it the Active, the first Actives, the 1.0s where people were having some...
2.0s.
The 2.0s were the ones causing issues?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they've made some changes and fixes to them since then. So
now it's like 2.5.
2.3 technically, Dane, and they're working on 3.0.
There we go. Revision 3.
So the 2.0 is a good pressure washer. No denying that. For the price, it's definitely some of the best bang for the buck that you can get. I think the output's great. I think that reliability-wise, some of the stuff has been, like sorted out. There's plenty of people here around the office that have 2.0s that haven't had any issues, and they've been using them, weekly for months and months and months. The Comet, we do have one, Josh Brodel, one of the guys here at the Rad Company.
He's let's be honest, very picky guy. So the fact he chose that one means he has confidence.
He's got the Comet and he loves it. He has. I think Lucas also has the Comet as well.
Does he?
I think Lucas can chime in later for the second half.
Yeah.
But the Comet is also a killer machine. And what's nice about the Comet is the fact that it's an all-in-one system. You have your built-in hose. You have everything there. It's the reel. It's all of it. It's easy. So I guess the question would be, would you want to build out your own wall mount setup with an Active, or would you just keep it on the floor, or however you want to use it? Would you rather do that and then be able to mix and match things in the future, or would you just like something that's easy to plug in and just go?
Yeah.
Carson.
Yeah.
Fair point.
I do have the Active 2.0 at my house.
Nice.
That I purchased from Gizaloo Enterprises, which is Gabe.
Ooh, nice. Okay.
You purchased a used product from Gabe? You're risky.
And he charged me full price.
Oh my gosh.
Which is crazy.
That's the Gabe we know.
He does
Actually,
that all. He upcharged you.
He takes care of his stuff, though.
He does, but he did give me a deal. He gave me $5 off. Okay. But I had to pick...
Off of what? The MSRP?
It was markup, actually, now that I think about it. Anyways, I'm kidding. He hooked me up. But
I believed you. And I've known that guy a long time.
Yeah, well, the fact that Dane believes you is not a good sign. Yeah.
No, I have the Active 2.0. It is a great machine. Make sure if you do end up going with it, you get the correct orifice size, and for your tips and everything like that. And then if you can spare it, upgrade your outlets, upgrade your breaker and everything like that. I have a dedicated 20 amp breaker, and the machine seems so much happier. Yeah.
Do you, like, for you guys who set them up on like shelves and stuff, do you get like little anti-vibration, like pucks or anything to put underneath just to kind of quell the noise a little?
I've seen somebody put them, like they have them on Etsy. I don't run them personally.
Okay.
I know Joey has an Active 2.0, and he says that it's a little loud. I don't really care.
Well, because the noise is one thing, but the vibration it causes on a shelf is another. Just thinking about like the hardware on a shelf and the vibrations eventually working itself loose or something. You don't want that.
It could. It's a plastic machine, and the way you mount it, it goes into plastic.
Okay.
Eventually, it does have it's like anything. It's got a working life, and so I think the working life's like 300 hours or something. Eventually, I will upgrade to like an AR, like an AR Blue. Probably the 630 or something like that, maybe a 650, depending. Maybe a Krenzla, who knows? But yeah.
Okay.
Nice. Very cool.
Appreciate the input. And you're doing a great job on those headlights, by the way. I can already see the stark difference between left and right there. Looks really nice.
Yeah.
Check that out, man.
That is well done.
The other one did a good job. There was a couple spots where it wouldn't turn out. It's pretty foggy. So
okay.
I was hitting it pretty good.
There's the shot I'm looking for.
Yeah.
Look at that, guys.
That's 1,000 grit, man, and it was not going.
You were going through fairly quickly. It's not like you spent, an hour or 2 hours on this thing.
Sure.
It can be done pretty efficiently while still ensuring that you're not damaging it. So,
mind you, I'm using like 1,000 grit on a machine, and so like if I was doing this by hand, it'd take me quite a bit longer.
Yeah,
totally.
And I did see ahead some questions about the tool you're using, because of course everyone's always curious. One of the reasons we have you use that tool in particular is because the sound is such that it's not too irritating for us to talk and you to still be able to work.
Yeah, absolutely. So this is a ShineMate polisher.
Okay, and I think you borrowed that from one of the guys. It's not normally one we have here in the studio.
It's Lucas's. Lucas from customer service. He bought this with his own money.
Okay,
So
and I
shout out to
know
Lucas.
alternatively, apart from that one, we also have the RBL around that we use a whole lot.
Yeah.
And I'll say that one's even a little bit quieter.
Yeah, that one's Sydney's. But I think this one he got from our friend Ryan at
Nice.
Ryan's shop. So
Well, sweet. Thanks,
give a little
Carson.
plug there.
Next up, I've got Lucas Hudick here.
Nice. Lucas says, hi, guys. Just jumping in and out. Okay, well hopefully you stick around for this. We'll listen to the podcast on Spotify later, but let me say Carson is doing some art there, polishing those front lights, weekend plans, KCX Active Foam, rinse, and KCX Rapid Rinseless Wash. That sounds like a therapeutic weekend.
That sounds great. That sounds like it smells great, too.
Sandalwood in the air, get in the air, right? Just
Love that.
Just do it, right?
Love it.
Yep.
All right. Then I got Levi here saying, what's up, everyone? Happy Friday Eve.
Oh, Levi
Nice to
Gates,
hear it
master of
himself.
shine himself,
Yes.
the inventor of Friday Eve, right? Or here on the channel.
There we
Next
go.
up,
We've got comment here from Sheepstar. Headlights will be $800 to $1,000. Now on newer cars, I know headlight units get absolutely crazy expensive with these really complex projector systems, LEDs, etc. They get really out there. Housings, for these units where they still use like a halogen bulb, a reflector housing, stuff like that. I haven't looked at prices lately, so I don't know how much they've jumped, but I would have a hard time believing it was above $500 or $600 for a
Cheap
pair
stuff.
of like
My friend.
this generation CRV headlights. Later,
Yeah.
I fully believe you, and I know they get even higher than that, 1,500, 2,000 plus for a lot of cars nowadays.
well, can I just jump in and say
But for
something?
mid late 2000s, early 2010s, I feel like 500-600 is more in line.
Dane, you are correct. I want to say something very important to Sheepstar here. What you're seeing right there, that vehicle of essentially of engineering perfection, right? The Honda CRV, is that a CRV?
It's a CRV.
The Honda CRV. I knew it was a CRV. Why did I say that? The Honda CRV is at its core a Honda and will always be a Honda. And the driver of this Honda will probably always be a Honda person, right? They look for value. They look for reliability. And for that reason, I have a feeling that you could get a pair of Eagle Eyes headlights, some replacement OE style headlights, for probably no more than $300 to $400 for that brand new set. Now, if we're talking OEM, most Honda people not buying OEM headlights. It's not really a thing.
I was going to make that caveat. He's right if he's talking OEM, which he probably is. In
OEM
which case,
probably.
yeah, I'll grant you that, Sheep. I'm talking like depot, kind of level.
Depot,
like
Eagle Eyes, things like that.
I found a great pair of depot taillights for my Flex that were in that cool black color that you can't get anywhere else, and people are charging like thousands for those taillights if you get the factory spec ones. I have the depot ones on there. Same exact quality. Like, it's virtually indistinguishable.
So how do we know that it's not Depot?
It might be depot. It's just DEPO. I just call them
just
depot,
know
depot.
the way that you
interchangeably.
say certain things. Like when you say roof, you say roof, right?
Say roof.
Yeah, yeah. And what does a dog do?
It roughs.
It roughs or woofs?
It woofs. It's rough, buddy.
Moving on. Next question here.
I don't build a fence out of wood.
Yeah.
Okay.
Dang.
Moving along, we've got...
Oh, man.
Oh, that's still Sheep there. We go on to page 2, where we will find Levi has also pointed out he just filled a 15-yard dumpster, decluttered the house. 15-yard dumpster. That is no small feat.
So there's nothing that Levi and me, don't like more than a little bit of dumping, right?
Ugh.
Going down to the old Boise dump. I think it's an off-roading event is what
Classic
it is.
dump run.
And I have yet to actually take the Raptor up there for that trail.
Okay.
But when I do, I think it's going to be a ton of fun.
All right. Well, yeah, you should, off-road it a little bit because that's what it's
Get a
made
little
for.
crazy every
It
once in a
hasn't
while.
left the asphalt more than about 5 seconds
I
in
pulled
its life.
into a dirt parking lot the
with
other
Anthony.
day, and I got out of there quick. Because, it's definitely picking up too many rocks.
All right. Moving along, we got Ronnie Ott saying, if one will be replacing headlights, get OEM. The aftermarkets are nowhere near the same quality. Now,
Ron, you are
oftentimes,
100% correct. You
Ron,
are really.
you are correct. And it really depends on the vehicle, right? So like for a lot of my like little cheapo project cars that I would own and stuff, I would have to think long and hard about, do I get aftermarkets that look the part but they cheap out on certain like, you know, fasteners, stuff like that. That happens. But, you know, it really comes down to the look, and in terms of protection, you can make them stronger than they are if you know, clear coat over them or stuff like that, add an extra layer of protection, whatever you want to do. But if you get OEMs, I'm usually looking on the used market for a good quality set of used OEMs that are just like me a little dirty. They're not beat up, they're not cracked, but just a little like, you know, oh, that can be cleaned up.
Yeah, makes sense.
Because frankly, new OEM prices are insane.
Battery died, and there's only one battery, so we're going to charge it for a little bit. So
Okay.
We're jumping into some wheels.
When he says the battery died, he means the polisher. He doesn't mean the car. All right. So, moving along here, we've got David Boyce. My 2005 Acura RL headlights had the same issue, cracking inside the headlights. I treated it with McKee's headlight restoration product along with 2000 grit sanding. Nice.
Probably made it look a lot better.
Yeah. And the cracking on the inside, I mean, once that starts to happen, short of like putting your headlight into an oven and separating the lens from the back, you're not going to be doing much with that. I know some people, I spent a lot of time in forums when I was, you know, in high school and college, like looking, how do I modify my headlights? Ooh, exciting, you know, when angel eyes on BMWs were the hot thing and stuff like that. But anyway, a lot of people throwing their headlights in ovens. Feel free to look it up. Next up, we've got Carlos saying, it's been a while. We've been swamped. What's up, fellas? And good job, Carson.
Collie, welcome.
Thank you.
Welcome to the party.
Love for Carson. Then, we got love for Gabe here from none other than Joey Belinsky. What's he saying, Anthony?
Jablinski says, hello, friends. I want to apologize for being so spicy last week.
Ooh.
I just couldn't stand for the Gabe slander any longer. Oh, I didn't even notice, Joey, to be honest.
There was Gabe slander? What?
Yeah. I don't remember that. I don't recall that.
Yeah. My goodness. Then I've got Dan the Man saying, wait, y'all are doing a swimsuit contest during TRCMA? We are not. At least nothing in an official capacity. If you want to do that on your own time, be my guest.
For enough money, Dane.
Wow, I'm just looking at that tie right now. That is...
No, that's chocolate.
Okay.
That's Chocolate
Woo,
Thunder.
that's Chocolate Thunder
That's
you're
Chocolate
using.
Thunder,
Okay,
baby.
I saw that color and I was about to...
That's the thunder
holy
from
smokes.
down under.
All right.
Yeah.
That
little,
is.
little car
It's
candy
chocolate-
love on that guy.
Chocolate Thunder diluted 4-to-1 per Sydney's recommendation. So
Looks
she recommended
good.
I dilute it 4-to-1.
It looks chocolatey for sure.
It definitely does. Foamy, frothy, like a nice latte.
Demo says we could sell a lot of calendars, Anthony. I also agree, especially
Oh,
if they were
dear.
digital. All proceeds will go to Dane and mine, our own kind of individual hobby fund. Dane has been investing into premium dog collars lately over the last few months. Bedazzled,
Maybe there will be
jewel.
like a shortage coming up. I don't know. Just trying to get ahead of the curve.
And we'll be putting that money towards more RC cars.
Yes.
Yes.
Because RC cars are a lot less expensive than real ones.
Yes. Moving on. Boss Window Tint says, will you guys be stocking PNS Intervention and the new Agent Orange buff and shine pad soon? I think yes and yes at some point.
All right.
Then
Then
the buff and shine
I've
order actually just went
got-
through, so I believe yes in the near
Ooh.
future for sure.
Okay.
David Boyce says the calendar issue will be awesome. Well, this is actually happening.
Oh, no.
Can't wait to see the full
Oh,
back
no,
hair
no,
on
no, no, no,
Dane.
no. We don't need that. No.
Let's go, Danimal. Oh my
David
gosh.
Boyce, put that genie back in the bottle. Don't you put that evil on me, Ricky Bobby. Jay Hall, catching it on delay. Can you describe the products that can
man.
dress plastic car mats after cleaning without slippery products? So he's basically saying
Chemi
clean
Goof.
the mats, but don't make them slippery death traps.
No, Coach Chemi Goof.
It does. It works great.
GUF. It's a big seller from Coach Chemi. It is essentially a matte interior dressing that you can use on floor mats, and it just works awesome, especially on WeatherTechs. What's that?
I call it goof.
Gummy Fix?
Because you're talking about a German company, and in Germany, there's that very famous, basically, place that modifies Porsches straight from the factory, so they actually have they have their own manufacturing license. RUF, R-U-F.
And how's it spelled?
R-U-F.
And how would you say that if you didn't pronounce it roof?
I'd call it RUF.
Would it be called rough?
No, that's 2 F's, buddy.
Oh, okay.
All right. Levi says he would buy the calendar.
Thank you, Levi, for your support. So at this point, I think we have about 10 people buying the Schnitzel Garden calendar featuring Dane and I in Lederhosen.
I am conflicted.
But Dane, answer me this question.
Yeah.
Do you own a pair of premium Lederhosen?
Unfortunately, I do. But I will tell you, after having gone to the real Oktoberfest, the prices people will pay for some of these Lederhosen are insane.
It's
I was at.
So yeah, it's a premium.
My
experience.
Lederhosen were like reasonable person kind of pricey. Like we're still in the low, 3-figure kind of thing. But I saw ones that went into the 4 figures. Like thousands of dollars for Lederhosen. It blew my mind.
It's a lifetime commitment to the hosen.
Like, if you want to have the Lederhosen that are literally going to fall apart like tissue paper, you go sub $100 and you'll get a pair that's like, kind of whatever. It's real iffy.
I want that leather so thick that it's still
Mine were in the,
mooing.
you can trust it. It's like Fred Meyer level quality.
No, I get what you're saying. Yeah,
but it's not like that next. It's not Patagonia, okay?
Yeah, it's not a Costco
it's not
deal.
A
essentially,
REI. It's not even. Yeah,
I want it thick enough to where if I get hungry during the Oktoberfest, I can just grab the strap and start chewing on it and still get.
It's just because it's straight up leather. You're like, it's basically jerky, just really, really fancy jerky.
I still want to get remnants of some beef. Yes.
Oh my god.
Agreed.
Somebody get the dogs to stop licking it.
Yeah, don't take me to the bark and purr. Am I
right? Keep this man away. Okay, Michael 2000 Live says, "What's up?" He's not allowed within 100 feet of a pet store. What's the polisher being used on the headlights? We did address that. Yes.
Yeah.
Then we've got Alpha Tango. Oh man, go home, Anthony. I'm not sure there's enough O&R in the warehouse to clean up that kind of accident.
Yeah. Oh, I know. I agree with you. I think here in the next 13 minutes, I'm going to be parting ways, and then Lucas will be coming in. It's just funny because I feel like, energetic. I feel fun. I feel like normal, but like there's this wrenching feeling that's just happening. It's like shedding.
Yeah. And I believe we already answered this one, Beer Medic.
Correct, we did.
Yes, we did. About water spots on his Tesla Model Y trim. We've got Christian GTCS saying, "Why can't I buy the Ultra Wheel and Body Brush on your website? Been wanting that so bad. It's thinner to get to the hard-to-reach spots." That was one of Anthony's particular special creations.
I think we might be out.
Are we out? Like, for good, or are we getting a restock?
I believe that we are out as it currently sits right now. To my knowledge, we are currently out of them, unless something changes here soon. What would happen with that brush, just due to popular request? So if that brush were to return back in stock here at TRC, there would be a restructure to the bristles. So the brush itself is awesome. The ergonomics, the handle, the thinness, all that is amazing. It's one of my favorite brushes. What it was is I created the safest brush. I created the softest brush. I went through 40 different bristle iterations. We went through every single process of flag tipping to finally eventually come down to this one process that made the most sense, because I had been testing that brush on essentially black gloss paint, soft gloss black paint, like Honda paint, for it was months, and I went back and forth with O&R, soap, and all this to find what doesn't scratch. So in terms of making like a true paint safe brush for wheels, right, especially gloss black wheels, I wanted it to be able to be used in a jam, literally on your door jams or other things like that. So it took a while for me to eventually get to that point, but once we did, we found that the bristles, again, now being so soft that after usage, especially rough usage on grills, that what would happen is fraying of the bristles could happen, and you can cause cause them to kind of look wonky. It was a learning lesson. Design-wise, I still love it. Bristle-wise, it would need to be changed to a stiffer bristle. Unfortunately, it would lose a little bit of its kind of, safety level. I mean, not much, but a little bit. And we would revisit that down the road. So it really just depends. If you guys want to see it, please let us know. Reach out to customer service. You can request it. What I need is a good enough case to be able to go back to the, I need to feel motivated to want to redo those bristles if customer requests are there.
Okay.
If that makes sense,
Yeah, that makes sense. We have Jimbo Slice. Can you recommend a panel prep for glass and plastics? I'm looking for something safe for plastic trim before restoring with something like Armor Detail Supply Trim Plus.
So you can actually just use the Armor Prep product. Yeah, their prep spray we've been using on trim nonstop, and we've never had any ill effects of it. So I'd used it today.
He's gonna use it today.
I mean, like it's their prep stuff is really good. It's aggressive, but not overly aggressive. It would be different, if it was something like Panel White from G-Technic, which we know is just kind of a beast. But I mean, the Armor Detail Supply stuff is pretty decent. It's safe. Next beyond that would be just your, IPA, like a diluted IPA.
All right. I see we got a number of people watching here. I haven't said this in a while, but you guys slam that like button. If you're watching right now and you like what you see, help us out. Hit that like. All right, moving along. I've got Jason M5636 saying, Anthony, my Rupa's yellow pads aren't so yellow. Used a few times and always washed. How do you know when to replace pads? Assuming they're not damaged and always cleaned, they should be okay for how many uses?
Okay. So pads have a very long shelf life if maintained and cleaned and stored properly. So foam will degrade with time. There's no denying that. Heat can degrade foam. Just literally stagnant air. I mean, you can degrade foam over time. Foam can just age. What I would say is I would be less worried about the color of the pad because as any detailer knows, your pads will change colors 50 times in their lifespan. They can go from having color pulled from single stage. It can have trim dirt pulled from dirty trim. It can have glass particulate dirt pulled from. Everything can be pulled onto a pad. So color doesn't really matter. If they're looking dingy, I wouldn't be afraid of that. It doesn't necessarily mean that they're not clean or that they need to be replaced. What I would do is clean them to the best of my abilities. I would obviously brush them, spin them, pad washer them, throw them in a washing machine with some warm water, a little bit of rags to riches. If I'm doing all of that to make sure those pads and ensuring they're clean, I'm doing as much as I can do. Once your pads start to have delamination issues where your actual Velcro backing starts delaminating from the foam itself, that would be a replacement issue. If your pad has chunks missing out of it, that's a replacement issue. If you find that it's off balance, right? Let's just say you get a pad and even though it looks good and you throw it on the machine and you just cannot get this thing, no matter how many different uses, to just balance itself well, and you find that it's kind of skipping and jumping, that would be a replacement issue. Those types of things are what I'm doing. Other than that, though, I'm keeping pads until they're pretty much disintegrating because I can find a thing to use them on, right? It's just like a towel, right? I can find how to send them off to, the trash can one last time. And I try to do that with as many pads as I can. Anything else, again, will just get thrown away. So yeah, that's it. As far as how many uses, it's really how many heat cycles they go through. It's, how are they holding up? How are they looking, feeling, and how are they still performing? If they're causing damage, then obviously they're done. But, one fun fact is that when you take a look back into the old school body shop days, and, I remember my first time, I was 17. I was getting my roof repainted on my Honda Civic. I was 17 or 18. I got my roof repainted.
Oh, that's an early time to be getting a car repainted like that.
I was so excited. I saved up. I saved up money because my roof was starting to deteriorate, and I was I hated looking at that.
Did you go through a shop or a guy, or what'd you do?
Yeah, it was a guy. I saw on Craigslist. I paint cars.
Man, those were the days.
Sweet,
right?
Man. Where you paint cars at? I'm over off of Chinden over here. I'm kind of across the street from Hubcap Annie's, and I go, oh, sweet, right? I'll be down there. And I take my car there, and it was a body shop. And this guy, you know, sees the car. All right, cool. You know, I gotcha. You know, and he takes the car. And then when I went to go pick it up, the paint's brand new. It's fresh, right? Like he's like, hey, I just need to cut this. I just need to cut and buff it really quick. Do you want to hang out here and watch, right? Yeah, I'll hang out and watch. Yeah. That's fun. That's sweet. Pulls out I can't remember if it was a Makita or a DeWalt or something, and pulls it out, and I see him pick up the machine with the wool pad off of the ground.
Ooh.
Like the pad was actually on the ground, right?
That's just extra grit, man.
Yeah, so he picks it up, right? And he does a quick little sanding session by hand, knock down some high spots. Picks up that machine. I go, oh no, is that okay to be on the ground like that? Oh yeah, no, these are so dense. I wouldn't ever worry about that, right? And dude, he throws on some M105 and just, I think it's 105 or 3M or something like that, and he starts ripping and tearing, right? Yep. Maybe it was like Blue Coral. I don't know, one of the brands, and he starts just going for it, right? Funny enough, right? That pad was so used, it looked like it was absolutely, it looked like a mop, like a dirty mop. It was on the ground in the driest, grittiest stage. The second he started off, it flung off so much dust. I was covered in it, right? I looked like I just left Scarface's mansion. I was like, oh my God, this is crazy, right?
Great visuals.
So I'm like, this is nuts. And then I'm like, the car is going to be jacked up, right? He just showed me perfect paint, and he sanded it, and now it's going to be screwed. And I looked at it, and I go, whoa. That looks pretty good. Now, this is before I knew exactly what micromarring was and all of that. But I mean, I'm not going to lie, man. That car looked pretty dang good on the roof. And so even with the nastiest, dirtiest, falling apart pad, can it still probably clean up a car and polish it? Yes. Yeah. Will it be the best finish? Probably not. So that was a very long-winded story about how that works.
Will it satisfy a detailer? Maybe, maybe not. Will it satisfy a customer?
Yeah.
Probably.
Yep.
All right, next up, I've got Christian GTCS saying, any updates on Koshimi S003 being battle tested by P&S version? Some kind of head-to-head between products like
TBD,
Defender or something?
Man. TBD.
Okay. Then I've got Justin Anthony. Sorry to hear you're not feeling well. I am, however, not sad to see Lucas on the show. Will we still have you, or will he still have any favorite products to start the year? Maybe one in each category.
He might.
And then he wants to follow up. They don't necessarily need to be new or TRC sold products. So he just wants to know, like, stuff you're excited for.
Yep. Next up.
Okay. Then we've got David Cervantes here saying, what's up, guys? Long time no see. Happy to see you, buddy.
What's going on?
Yeah, great to see you here. Thank you for joining us. Even though we're in the tail end of the first half of the show, there's still more show to go. Absolutely.
When should we use multi-star in, and when shouldn't we? Can you give us a rundown in general? So multi-star, I mean, exterior cleaning, heavy-duty exterior cleaning. So I think it is going to technically be probably more potent than Green Star in general. I think that multi-star in general is a very versatile APC that if I had to pick an area for it, I would probably stick with undercarriages, wheel wells, barrels that are nasty, engine bays that are just horrible, things like that. Maybe even not even engine bays, because it takes a while for that to rinse, right? It's a pretty concentrated product. And so when you start rinsing it, it's going to resuds for quite some time. Yeah. So I would use it on an area that I wouldn't be concerned about like any type of resudsing effect or anything like that, but it does do a good job of melting away a lot of the grime. So if you have Green Star, is there a reason to switch? Maybe, maybe not. Mm-hmm. But multi-star in certain situations on tires and wheels, I mean, shoot, it's pretty freaking, it's potent stuff. So I just, pick and choose what you really need, what you're looking for. If this is just on your own car, you probably don't need multi-star.
That's a good question, Devin. Thanks. Then we've got Angry Monkey Detailing saying, hi, do you have any recommendations on the best insulated waterproof gloves for winter rinseless washes? I work in my driveway or mobile. I have Milwaukee's and they get wet after some time. What do you think?
Oh man, so there's a few different options out there that work well. Unfortunately, they're all not the most comfortable, and they're all like your dexterity just sucks. And I mean, it's not fun. What a lot of people will do is they'll double glove, or they will college trick, and then you could also take just a normal glove and then a thinner warm glove, and then you could put essentially a nitrile glove over the top, right? So
that's a good idea.
Oh crap! I'm starting to get that in the air. Carson, what are you spraying over there?
Nothing.
He's rinsing off some stuff from the wheels and tires.
What is it? I'm breathing it in.
Well, 10-to-1 diluted wheel acid. It's 10-to-1. You're
Turn
5.
on the fan, please.
It's 10-to-1.
As we all choke and die.
So, anyways,
right.
that is going to wrap it up for today. I'm just kidding. That's
no,
gonna wrap
don't
it up
say that. They're going to go away.
That's going to wrap it. Well, if we make it out alive of here. So, with that said, it's going to wrap it up for the first half. I will be swapping places with Lucas, but don't go anywhere. We're going to have a few messages from our friends here in the industry. And, I won't see you guys next week, but I will see you here in a couple weeks, unless you're going to MT, and then I'll see you then. So, Dane, we'll see you in a few minutes.
All right. Gotcha.
In every artist, there's a masterpiece waiting to be unleashed. It starts with inspiration, an inner desire for greatness, and a pursuit of the ultimate finish. For artists in the world of reflections, precision and perfection are required at every step. It's work that demands tools sculpted by legacy, sharpened by innovation. For over 37 years, Buff & Shine has been more than a brand. It's a promise to help bring out perfection in every detail. Because the best tools don't just do the job. They become an extension of the artist and a safeguard for their craft. Choose Buff & Shine. Empower the artist within.
Go ahead, get dirty. P&S Off-Road.
Hey guys, Josh with the Rad
Company.
I thought I was going first.
I thought I was going first.
We'll take it.
All right, Josh is from the Rad Company here to tell you about the business program.
You can save up to 25% off different products that we have here at the Rad Company, including savings like Detail Factory, IK sprayers, and many others.
Whether it's pads, polishes, compounds, polishers, we got it all. Chemicals.
We have everything you would need to save you some money so you can start putting more money in your pocket by buying products through our business program.
So whether you're a shop-based business, a mobile detailer, or just running a side hustle out of your garage, please check out the business program.
And you get free shipping on orders over $150.
It's a pretty great deal.
That is a great deal.
The Rag Company Business Program is for bulk purchase end users only. No tax exemptions unless previously grandfathered in. Discounts apply to eligible products only. Exclusions may apply. Check product listings for details. Minimum order of $150 required to qualify for these discounts. Some brands, tools, or specialty items may not be included. Pricing is subject to change without notice. Visit theragcompany.com/biz to start your application. Act now, stock up, and save big while it lasts.
But we're switching it up today. Anyway, I'm your host, Dane Hennon, and to my left,
Anthony Fisher. Sorry, guys. I was feeling a little bit under the weather. Had to go to the bathroom during the break, but now I'm feeling better. I'm feeling lighter. I'm feeling younger. I'm ready to roll, Dane.
You lost a few years there, buddy.
Just a couple.
Yeah, okay. Well, your hair, it looks different.
Something like that.
Did your mom cut your hair today?
All right, guys, I got a secret to tell.
What?
I'm not Anthony Fisher.
Oh, okay. Wow.
I'm Lucas from customer service here at the Rag Company.
Yes.
Coming to join in for the second half of Q&A Thursday.
Okay, good save, good save. All right, we're back. We're doing this thing. We got comments. Carson's over there detailing the corner. Before we get to the comments, I do want to shout out Carson, who's doing all the work today. He's doing a great job. And you may be wondering, hey, this car, it's got like all kinds of little focus detail, but it hasn't been washed yet today. That's going to happen during the second half here. It's just Carson wants to focus on these little areas and get them taken care of before doing the big broad wash.
Absolutely.
So we'll get to that point. I understand your logic.
I can kind of give you an update too.
Yeah, so what's going on over there?
Yeah, to give you an update, we were working on the headlights, battery died, so we're kind of letting that charge a little bit, finishing up the wheels and tires now. Using Car Candy's Chocolate Thunder, diluted 4-to-1, and a little bit of Optimum Power Clean for the wheel wells. And so we're using that, finish that up on the driver's side, so looking good there. In full transparency, I did use just a little bit, like the smallest amount of wheel acid diluted 10-to-1 to get in the corners that are like super, super stained.
Sure, yeah.
And that's on anything. Like I can take my favorite wheel and tire cleaner, Armor Detail Supply.
Yeah.
Like, and that won't take it off.
Yeah.
So it's no fault to Chocolate Thunder. I'm very impressed with it, even diluted 4-to-1. But yeah, it's performing great, and so still trucking through.
All right, dude. Nice. Well, thank you very much, and we'll check back in with you in a little bit once you move on to some other parts. All right, Lucas, you and I, we got this thing.
I think we do.
Let's
get
bring
after it.
The comments
Answer
back.
Some questions.
Next up, I have Christian GTCS. What's he saying, Lucas?
Have there been any new and improved glass coatings you guys prefer, regardless if you sell them or not? Ease of application is important, but trying to find durability too. Well, I don't have anything that we don't carry for you, and I may be biased, but my go-to for my personal vehicle as well as customer vehicles is Armored Detail Supplies glass coating.
Solid.
Super easy to use, super easy to work with. I'm going on... Actually, I did get my windshield replaced, but right before I got it replaced, I was going on almost a year, and it was literally performing like day one. So
well, and of all the different kinds of coatings out there, people get hung up a lot of times on like paint coatings and stuff.
Right.
But for me, when I notice like the discourse online, people seem to have a really hard time when it comes to glass coatings because it's just the kind of surface. It's a different substrate. It's not different. Like a painted metal or clear coat. It's not like plastics. It's glass. It's just different. So there's just like a different feeling of friction on the surface, a different kind of way of bonding to that. That doesn't necessarily mean a coating. Just because you can coat paint doesn't mean that same coating is going to work awesome on glass.
Right. And that's something that I have to talk to customers about sometimes because it's
tricky.
Like,
yeah. Is
it just a marketing thing? Are they just trying to sell more stuff? It's like, no, each one is formulated. If you have a wheel coating, a glass coating, and a paint coating, they're formulated for those specific surfaces. Could you use a paint coating on the glass and the rims? Sure, absolutely.
Like in the early days of coatings, it was kind of like, you can do everything with that. And it's like, okay, maybe with like a sealant, you can also do that kind of thing where because of the chemical nature of the product, it'll play nice with those surfaces. But if you're looking for like a true coating, and you got to deal with the weather. You got to deal with windshield wipers moving on it, and you don't want that chatter. You got to deal with all this other stuff.
Dedicated glass coating.
It's going to get chewed up. It's always going to get chewed up. So finding a really good durable glass coating is extremely challenging, not only for consumers but for the people who actually make the stuff.
Yeah, that too.
So I'm just kind of shouting out the companies that dare to like offer one, because it is challenging. It's difficult. But apart from that, I was just thinking, as far as this car goes, I do think the glass is going to want a little attention. I did hear from the owner, actually, that Carson has carte blanche to wipe out these stickers on the back of the car. You can take the stickers off of it, including the dealer tags, like all that stuff. Sweet. She just says, feel free to clean slate it if you don't mind.
I like that.
So, if we have to do it off camera, it's fine. It's just a time constraint. I understand. Carson's got an order in the process, and I really appreciate that he's taking his time and doing this right.
Look at this guy. He's getting after it over there.
Yeah, dude. Absolutely.
With that Ultra H2O gun, too.
We love Carson.
That looks good.
All right.
What can I say?
So, next up, I've got Terry O'Connell. Hey, guys. OptiCoat has a liquid PPF product that's OptiShield with a potential application upcoming. What's your opinion of this type of product and any chance of TRC carrying it in the future? What say you, Lucas?
Yeah, I honestly don't know really anything about it. I heard about this for the first time a few days ago.
That recently. I've known about it for a little while, but...
Yeah, I honestly, I just haven't done the research on it, so... I mean, I like the idea. I just, again, I've done zero research. I don't know how it's applied, how it works, the science behind it, so I honestly don't really have any thoughts for you, unfortunately.
Well, when it comes to those kinds of products, I would never say never as far as us carrying a product like that. However, I do know when it comes to certain things like PPFs or coatings, we do have to take into consideration, like, okay, is this going to be something that has, like, I mean, realistically, you want a product to be good. And since I don't have experience with this, I can't say whether or not it is, other than I trust Optimum to actually, like, make a good product. Like, they're gonna know what they're doing when they produce it. Dr. G doesn't mess around. But when it comes to these products, it's like, okay, what's the return rate going to be? Like, what are people feeling when they put on the product if they do it wrong? Like, how confusing will it be for someone to apply? Some people are just more adept at this kind of thing than others. So there's a skill issue, I would say, attached to it. And it's no mark on anybody who does this stuff and, like, goes, hey, why are you calling me out like that? But I've just seen it, and you work in customer service. You've seen what happens when somebody does an install and they didn't quite follow the instructions, or they didn't do their prep right.
Didn't do the prep right.
And then they're maybe not quite so happy with the finished result. And then they come talking to you, and you handle it in a respectful way. But at the same time, it's like, okay, well, let's figure this out together. Give me the steps.
Yeah, you gotta help me help you a little bit.
So, I mean, on that front, what would you probably expect to see for a product like that?
I mean, kind of like you said earlier, if it's Optimum that made it, I mean, I completely trust in Dr. G and, the madness behind him and whatnot. So I would say if he's confident in releasing it, I would say it's probably going to be a great product. Again, I just unfortunately don't know much about it, but I'll probably end up testing it eventually.
Yeah.
I'm sure we will.
Basically, the answer is right now, the two of us, I would say Anthony, of all of us, probably knows the most because he does talk to Dr. G pretty regularly. Yeah. I apologize, we don't have him here. He just wasn't feeling super well.
Sorry about that, guys. You got me instead.
We will tackle that again. If you ask that a few weeks from now when Anthony's back in here, we'll readdress it and see what we can do for you, Terry. Okay. All right. Next up, I've got GT Details. I got the rubber feet for the AR635 from OG, and they help.
Okay.
So we were talking about like vibration on, and there was no vibration issue that anybody was talking about. I just said, when you have a shelf-mounted unit, do you guys like putting, little pucks or something underneath the feet of, your pressure washer, or do you just let it sit there and raw dog the shelf?
No, I'd say that probably reduced. I could imagine that reduces sound and vibration a little bit, so it's not just bouncing straight off metal.
Yeah, I mean, eventually, if it sits there and it vibrates, it is going to, like, walk or try to move a little bit unless it's held in place by something. Either some kind of fastener on the wall that, like, kind of holds it in place, or a strap, or something like that.
Or something to just give it some more stability.
Because otherwise, those vibrations, it is, even on a, like, stainless steel surface, it's going to create kind of funny little patterns where it was, and the metal just like
how ours was for a year, however once in a while.
Literally just like bouncing around.
Yeah.
All right, next up, I've got Care Bear Killer. Oh my God, what a name. Am I crazy for liking O&R Yellow as a quick detailer and interior cleaner over regular O&R? No, I don't think that's too crazy. I think that you like that the yellow O&R offers you a chance to provide protection when you're using it that way. I mean, for those who don't know, the yellow O&R comes from the Opticoat maintenance line, which is different than your traditional standard O&R. The Opticoat maintenance line is designed with coated vehicles in mind, so the formulations are slightly different. They're made with that, intent. Yeah. So people might be, oh, it's like the same product. Why'd they just rebottle it? It's like it's actually
different. Completely different formula.
The ones that you get in the regular Optimum Polymer Technologies line are designed for any and all vehicles. The Opticoat lines are optimized
specifically for
coated vehicles, but because of the nature of the way they're made, they will still work on other vehicles, certainly, even if they're not coated. It's just, it's going to work better if it's coated. Yeah. So if you're working on interiors, stuff like that, most cases, you're not dealing with coatings on interior surfaces. So I just think in this case, it's just a little bit of protection.
Yeah.
It's not the end of the world.
It's like an interior quick
You like the finish? That's cool. And I don't often hear people using O&R Yellow that way, so it's pretty cool,
Good to see some love. Appreciate you, Care Bear Killer.
Yeah, thanks for thinking outside the box there. All right, Devin, for a full paint correction on soft paint, can I do fine cut and then lac polish grunt? Would I need to still use microcut to get a perfect finish, or just those two instead of H9 and M3? Thanks.
No, I'd say fine cut and finishing up with polish grunt should be just fine. So, especially soft paint, so fine cut, you're not going to be doing anything too crazy. We're going to be marring up the surface and whatnot, leaving any sort of trails or like cloudiness behind. And then the lac polish grunt is basically just like lotion for the paint, so you're not going to have to worry about marring it with that, and then it's going to shine it up pretty good. I think you'd be perfect with that combination.
Yeah, call it Devin. All right. Then sheep start hitting me with the, oh, you sweet summer child. Oh, Dane, that's for halogen unit with no bulbs. LED units are thousands. Sheepstar, I don't doubt. I know that newer headlights, say like 2014, 2015 and up, most cars
they're gonna have LEDs.
Get some pretty complex headlights and because they're all trying to compete with each other with their daytime running lights, DRLs, like different LED funky designs, projector this, swivel that, like active LED. Like there's all kinds of things that these manufacturers are doing that make their headlights very complex, especially on EVs and stuff. And that's cool, but when it comes time you get a fender bender, suddenly that cheap headlight is no longer cheap.
Not cheap at all.
So when you said that 800 to 1,000 was for the going rate for these headlights, I had a hard time believing you because this is like a 2008 or 9 Honda CR-V.
That's actually $800 to replace those headlights?
Well, that's what he's saying. And I was kind of disputing, going maybe like $500-600 I could see.
Maybe.
But like Anthony was like, oh, you can get a cheap one for $200. Now, I'm not saying get the cheap like knockoff ones or whatever.
You're saying
like those
get like
ugly
nice
aftermarket ones.
Yeah.
But like an OEM one, I could see the MSRP on those being pretty high, like 800. I could see that. But I think for like an acceptable replacement that you really wouldn't know if nobody told you, I think like a Depot brand or something like that, kind of, 3/4, price kind of one, that would do the trick, and it wouldn't functionally be any different.
No.
So, I don't know. I kind of debate that. But then again, I haven't looked at used prices. So if somebody pulls up rockauto.com, right?
Yeah, right.
Like that's not paid advertisement or anything. It's just where I go to get like my parts for the Flex and stuff like that.
I got a part from Rock Auto 2 weeks ago for the Speed.
I just like using them. It's simple and they have like most things. I still shop around, look at other places, but Rock Auto, I'm curious what prices like a 2008 or 2009 Honda CR-V, not an EX. This is like a lower trim model, but like like an LX or something.
I'm sure you can find a budget-friendly solution.
Yeah. Just find out and see. I'm curious. All right, next up, David Boyce. Johnny Carson Black can use the wheel and body brush on the car while you scrub. I swear, David Boyce is always trying to get him
you poor guy.
to wash a car with a brush.
Guy. This guy's just harassing you.
Every dang time. Okay, moving along here. David Cervantes. A lot of the aftermarket headlamps we use at the shop have a horrible beam pattern compared to factory. Now that I do believe. We even had a couple that the adjustment system didn't work at all. Now see, that right there, the adjustment system, when you're talking about, headlights that actually have like leveling and all that kind of stuff, that's in the more modern systems or in luxury cars. Like cars from the 90s in the luxury segment did have like, xenons and adjustable, leveling and stuff like that too. But here, I'm just looking at like these fairly standard halogen housings on a Honda.
I can't imagine they need much adjusting.
The mid-late 2000s. I'm having a hard time believing $1,000. OEM though, I get it. Like they put a crazy price tag on those. Sure.
I guess if they're like not making them anymore, like in production and whatnot.
And I'm sure shops, when like somebody gets in a fender bender and they send it to insurance, I'm sure insurance is like, oh yeah, that's real expensive. Yeah. And they're like, that's way too expensive. And the shops are like, no, it's this price. And you end up with the whole frustration of that.
Going back to that argument, like I see where Sheepstar's coming.
Yeah. He killed the towel.
That's okay. I see where Sheepstar's coming from, but like I've done this before where if you want to stick with the same OEM headlight, go to the junkyard.
That's usually my solution.
Yeah, if the car is in the junkyard, go see if you can find a pair that is in better condition or can be saved that's in the junkyard. And if that doesn't work, then put the hours in. But you got to think of it from a customer's point of view, especially one that doesn't want to spend a ton of money, where they just see it as dollar figures. They don't necessarily care necessarily about if it's OEM or not. They just want it to point light and they can see.
Yeah,
I get where you're coming from. But
usually my move in those situations is junkyard if it's a common enough car, or since I tended to pick weirder, less common cars, I'd look on eBay and see what was there.
Yeah.
Unlike a new used, headlight
It's
assembly.
a quick Google search. If they're like $300 or $400, cool. If they're not, then move on. Hey, it's going to be $400 for me to do your headlights. I got to spend 4 or 5 hours on it. Cool.
Yeah.
That's it. That's all I'm saying.
Then I've got BT Dubs 574. Are you going to be stocking the Agent Orange pads by Buff and Shine?
I'd assume so.
I believe
I'd imagine
so.
we will.
Yes.
I don't have an ETA for you guys, unfortunately, but send me an email and I could probably try to get that to you.
Yeah, you can find out the info, but I'm fairly certain that will be happening.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, well it's definitely in the pipeline because Nick actually says
someone just chimed in my ear.
He
coming,
has
guys.
some media for it coming.
Keep an eye on the new products page.
Eric DIY, for a DIYer, hey, it's in your name. What micro polishers would you recommend? Wondering if the pricier models are worth the extra money. Well,
so micro as in like 1-inch polisher, I'm assuming?
Micro, what micro? Okay, so yeah, he's talking probably the 1-inch guys, because I don't think the 3-inch guys are a little different story. They're kind of like the mid-tier.
So I'm gonna be honest with you, Eric. I've only used a nano polisher maybe a total of like 5 times in my life. I don't even own one in my personal garage.
Like a mini hybrid type thing,
but that new Rupes nano polishers.
That looks
pretty
dope.
freaking legit.
Yeah,
so, I mean that's what I would probably go with personally.
But I do think, outside of the micro area, when you start looking at like the 3-inch, so you're not going up to like the full like 15 millimeter throw or 1 millimeter throw machines, but if you're looking at like those 3-inch guys, pads and stuff, that's gonna be the sweet spot for a polisher that can do a ton.
Yeah.
And you can swap, backing for smaller backing if you want. I understand certainly the machines, the 1-inch machines, the housing, the bodies are a lot smaller to get into tight spaces.
A little bit easier to get into some areas.
I honestly, the number of times I've seen people who bought those who ended up not using them nearly as much as they thought they would. They just ended up using their 3-inch for a lot of things they thought they would use their 1-inch for.
Yeah.
It becomes one of those things where if you work in a shop, maybe it's a good tool to have. It's like, this specific customer needs a specialty stuff.
Yeah.
But like as an individual, unless you have a vehicle where it's going to happen and you're going to do that, it really just doesn't seem like a need to have, more of a want to have.
Yeah, more of a, again, depending on the situation.
Especially if you do it on your car. Think about how often, once you've polished your car, you don't do it again for a while.
Yeah. And if I am, I'm probably not going to use a 1-inch polisher on this tiny little spot of You know
Realistically,
what I mean?
it's a while before you do it again. And a 1-inch polisher, even on that headlight, that would be kind of annoying, honestly.
Yeah, it would take like 15 minutes.
3-inch, you can see 3-inch is doing a much
3
faster
inches
job.
ideal
That's
for
the
that
sweet
situation
spot,
right there.
for sure. Anyway, anything else to say on that?
Nah, Rupes, new micro polisher. Goes pretty hard. Take a gander.
There you go. All right, then I got Sheepstar. Yeah, you have to go with the bigger brands to get anything decent. They're not far off OEM pricing. Now, you're right about that when he's talking about the headlight housings again. So you're right about that. The best of the aftermarket ones that aren't OEM do tend to be pretty close to OEM pricing, but you can usually save $100 to $200 in my experience. All right, appearance 91. Now, granted, I'm saying all this, but if I was like in a collector type mood, if I was buying cars where it was like low mile, pristine example, and it just had some like wonky headlights or something, I would buy the OEM ones.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, you have to in that. That's
if I'm
a different
concerned
situation.
about resale value on that level, I would buy the OEM ones. But knowing like the cars that I buy, I like to buy cars that are drivers, that are usually like a little more used. Even if they look nice, they tend to have more miles on them. My Miata is a rare exception.
Yeah.
It had super low miles.
Well, I
when
think if you
bought
go to resell your cars too, if you did do some like tasteful aftermarket cosmetic stuff, like
Sure.
I think the buyer would appreciate that. You know what I mean? Like I don't think they'd be necessarily care too much about it has to be OEM, fully stock kind of thing. I don't
Okay.
know.
All right, and then I've got David Cervantes here saying, is TRC carrying car candy now or in the future? I'm way out of the loop.
We are the distributors of car candy on Amazon.
That is why that's here. Yes. Because we did use some Chocolate Thunder on those wheels and tires earlier. So
He's got
you may
some
have
stuff
seen that
cooking
if you're
over there.
watching a little earlier in the show. Hanzo, good to see Hanzo here. Is it possible to restore headlights by hand only? No power tools.
Is it possible? Yes.
Yes. Would you like to do it?
No.
Probably not. Yeah, that's a fair assessment, I think.
Sand
Carson,
and, that's your arm day, brother.
Carson's shaking his head. He's like, yeah, but
Don't ever.
but you could.
Yeah.
Like the question is could versus should.
Yeah,
Anything is
over
possible.
there, like this area is like protruded out a little bit, so I had to restore it by hand. And
Yeah.
like if these headlights are really, really bad, I would probably use a little bit of 400 grit in here or certain spots. I would only use that by hand, or 600 grit, something around there.
Yeah.
I would never put that on a machine.
But like
but
I've
yeah.
wet sanded headlights plenty of times just by hand and stuff, and that gets you to a point. But
100%.
then it makes way more sense to just polish them after.
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, if you've never polished headlights, start out by wet sanding them. It sucks.
Yeah.
But do that because then you can kind of feel it out. Mm-hmm. I wouldn't start out on a machine.
No. It's good to get used to that
Yeah.
wet sanding with your hand first.
Yeah. Yep.
But when it comes to the polishing and the fine stuff, don't lose an arm trying to do that. I swear, somebody's just gonna
Right.
somebody's gonna hate themselves after that. All right. So hopefully that answers your question, Hanzo. We've got a question about P&S Reflect gallons. Lucas, do you know? Are we going to be providing gallons of Reflect?
Per the words of Sydney,
I don't think so.
I think it's like it's been talked about over there, but
I've heard they've talked about it, but at the same time, when I saw this question posed to Dave, he was kind of like, need to. I saw some resistance.
TBD. If they are, I haven't been told, and I don't think the rest of us have either.
Yeah. All right. Next up, I got Sheepstar here. Yes, you can, but you'll need an aggressive pad and compound to make any quick progress. It will also need clad cot or PPF, clear coat, I think he meant to say, or PPF to prevent future yellowing. Yes. Sheepstar, one of our favorite headlight correction methods for like long-term headlight correction is to PPF them, because when the PPF finally gets tired and old and you start to see like, oh, there's a little yellowing or kind of a color tinge happening, you peel it off and guess what?
Then you
There's
just
a fresh
throw a new
headlight
strip
waiting
on.
for you under there. If you have to do a little touch-up, you can, but then you just PPF it again and go on
Plus,
with your life.
If you are PPFing your headlights and you own the car for under like 5 to 7 years, you're never even gonna have to deal with it anyway. So
honestly, I have just used like depending on if it's polycarbonate or glass on your headlights, I have used coatings before on my headlights, like the flex and stuff. I just polished them down because they were like a little tired looking. Then I just coated it, and it's been great. Do I think that that's a full life, the rest of the vehicle kind of finish? No. But as long as I'm owning it, and then when the time comes to sell it eventually one day, I'll probably just polish and then do it again,
quick polish, quick coat,
clean it up, and it goes on with its life after that. It's got 145,000 miles on it, so 145,000. It's not a new car. Nobody buying it would expect it to be either. Hello all from Snowy, Canada. Welcome, HM Auto Detailing. And you'll have a Popeye forearm after, that's right. All right, we got Christian GTCS wondering, what's the best water spot remover out there? One that can foam or suds when agitating, made for easier removal and ability to scrub harder in grained water spotting. So kind of looking for that
one that can foam
strong water spot removal that foams.
I mean, I don't know. In my experience, out of all the water spot removers we carry, W9 is going to be the strongest water spot remover. From there, if I'm being honest, and this is just the way that I look at it, if you can't get it off with a dedicated water spot remover or W9, then polishing is really going to be the best way to fully remove those. Because once it's got under the clear coat, like, you can't necessarily just get a water spot remover under the clear coat, so you kind of got to...
It's kind of like a 1-2 punch.
Yeah.
You got to get in there with the proper chemical, and then you got to cut it, and then you got to make sure you finish the job, and then you protect. All right. Next up, I've got Joey Belinsky saying, could we possibly get a re-release of the TRC and Co shirts? That's the Tiffany and Co looking ones.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe a short sleeve variety. Mine is starting to lose its color. Man, it's been years at this point, but I do appreciate the love for the
we can pass
shirt.
the word along to the homie Nate, but
Nate's the guy.
No promises, Joey.
He's the one who determines if that happens or not. We got a Ola TRC from Pablo Concrete. Ola, right back at you, buddy. Then BT Dubs. Why is Dane in Sydney's chair? Dane should be in the back row. Most people here decided that they didn't like having me in the little pod room because they're like, if you're gonna have 3 people on it, just have them sit around the table.
Yeah.
Don't have one person in the room awkwardly shunted in the format. So I get it. One way or another, I just got to be here. Sorry, I can only hang out in the closet for so long. Appearance 91. Lads, which KCX protection do you prefer, Protector Wax or SO03?
SO3 has superior durability, so that's what I would go with, personally.
There we go. What about you, Carson? What say you?
Yeah, I'm going to go S003 for sure.
Okay.
Hydrofoam.
No argument for me. I think that's probably the way to go. Justin here, a.k.a. the one who shall remain nameless. I think y'all need to expand the calendar models to other staff, including Carson, Lucas, Gabe at least. Maybe you could foam the newest team members. This is starting to get questionable.
Calendar models?
Yeah, they're saying they want to have a swimsuit calendar of us here at the TRC building. I'm not so sure about that.
I don't know about swimsuit, but we could do something like that. That'd be pretty sick.
I mean, we could do like a fireman calendar shoot. We had a fire truck here not that long ago.
We missed the opportunity. Maybe next time.
The suspenders. All right, GT details. I went back and watched the Relatable Garage series, and Dane's Wash Bay had me rolling. I am glad you enjoyed that, dude. If you didn't notice, I can't take it too seriously. It was my wash bay was literally just me going down the road to a pay and spray.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Then I took the huge truck I had at the time and just took it down there. We're like, all right, here we go.
A solid wash bay. State of the art.
It's because my garage was a little less than impressive. So I was like, all right, guys, here.
We'll take you down.
This is the real garage thing. All right, next up, I've got Air first. Well, good evening there to you all. I always love saying Air here because Air is the one always eating something incredibly bougie because this is like dinner time.
Doesn't bro live in like a castle?
He's in
or
Ireland.
something?
He's like on some castle in Ireland or something. So good for you, Air. Brian, what's Brian saying, Lucas?
Hey guys, how do I get an old dark stain out of black carpet in the trunk? Not sure what it is. Can I just shampoo it with interior cleaner? Sure, give it a shot.
Yeah, it's
I'd say
worth a try.
I mean, I don't know what the stain is, but I'd probably start with whatever your kind of go-to, like Carpet Bomber or something, or like your interior cleaner of choice. Maybe bump up to an APC or some sort of degreaser if you can't get it out with that. But yeah, so that's fine.
I don't think you're gonna hurt anything by doing that. DIY with Kane. Lucas is so great with customer service.
That's what I'm talking about with Kane.
Yeah, that's it. That's
what I'm talking about.
There's
Appreciate
the
you,
love.
my guy.
Much love. Jeff C. here. Wonky bristles or not, I still love the Ultra wheel and body brush. A slightly stiffer and higher count flag tip bristle sounds good, though. Yeah, Anthony was talking about that because we are, I believe, sold out of the Ultra wheel and body brush.
Indeed.
So he was kind of addressing, like, if it comes back, first there has to be enough demand. Yeah. But if it does, it's going to be revised with updated bristles. Yeah. Because the one thing that anybody could really knock that for is just the bristles over time would just start to,
Yeah, they just.
But that was the trade-off for being so gentle and soft, right? Yeah. So it's a trade-off.
I don't know. The best way I've explained it to people is, hey, you know, when like, I can guarantee you probably haven't had the same toothbrush your entire life.
Yeah.
After 3 months, or after a month, when it starts to fray apart, I mean, brushes are going to do the same thing.
That's why I get the ultrasonic toothbrush with the replaceable heads. I just swap out the head and I keep going, man. Yeah, buddy. Sir. Costco special right here. Right? Kirkland signature toothbrush. Yeah. All right. Christian's GTCS. What's he saying?
I'm going to entertain this one. We need a wheel brush that's thinner. I prefer stiffer bristles for engine bays and plastic grills.
All right.
I think we need a barrel brush that's kind of right on. I think that's kind of what you're going for, but I'm with you, man.
All right. Yeah. Well, what do you think of the job Carson's doing under the hood right now?
Dude, look at him over there. He's just killing
he's on it. He is on it. Now, those headlights. Those headlights look so much better, dude.
They're like not yellow anymore. They're like yellow free.
They're actually
restored,
clear, like they're supposed to be.
I am gonna coat them, of course, but after we wash it.
What's the coating of choice?
We had a little bit of ADS Pro quartz.
Okay.
When I coated my car. So
cool.
Nice. That's what we're gonna use. We had a little bit of that left, and it's still good, so we're gonna use that.
No, that's great. We gotta use up the things we open around here. It's like leftovers in the fridge.
Somebody's got to do it.
Yeah.
Well, no, I will say the camera actually makes those headlights look still like a little foggy from the reflections, but in person, it is much clearer. I can see without the reflections, they are a lot clearer than
they look terrific.
Night and day. Yeah. So, shout out. All right, next up, I've got Brian. What's he saying?
Tips for cleaning cloth seats. I don't have a steam cleaner, but have interior and detail factory brushes and chemicals, towels, etc. So as far as tips, I mean, if you just like kind of want to know my process personally, I always start least aggressive and then move my way up. So I would first start with, whatever your interior cleaner is, spray it directly onto a towel, kind of wipe it down. If there's like lighter stains and things, I really like the the PNS 3-step system, Terminator Carpet Bomber Finisher. So then I'll usually unless I know what the stain is, then I'll, use the proper chemicals. But light stuff, I'll usually go Carpet Bomber just by itself. If that's not enough, then I'll do the full Terminator Carpet Bomber Finisher system.
All right.
So hope that helps a little bit.
I think that does. And after Brian, we've got Al himself here saying, Always late. Yeah, Super Auto. No, I appreciate you popping in here. Even when it's on the tail end, it's always a better time when you're around, buddy. All right, air first here. Ooh, this is him describing his meal. Every time blows my mind.
Freshly dispatched pheasant this evening with a peach and apricot jam and a pile of garlic and truffle mashed topped with crispy onions. Brother, fly us out. You know what I mean? Like, come on.
Yeesh.
What are we doing?
Man. All right. Thanks, Air, for sharing. Or airing, I guess. Vibes Connor here saying, just got done detailing my 2004 Cadillac CTS.
Heck yeah.
Early. First-gen CTS. Like it. I applied a spray sealant by Cerakote. I need to buy some PNS products. I mean, nobody here's stopping you. You're certainly welcome to try, buddy.
Roll on down to theragcompany.com, and if you haven't ordered with us before, sign up for our email newsletter. Get a little 15% off those PNS products.
The best time to start was yesterday. The next best time is now.
Yeah.
Also, if you have any questions outside of the Q&A,
I can help answer them.
He hooks it up. So
customer service, support theragcompany.com. Email him.
And for the record, the rest of our customer service team, also
They're
awesome.
Killers.
We love those
like
guys.
Absolute rock stars.
Lucas is just
we make
the one.
The jokes.
Lucas is the one who enjoys coming on camera, though.
Yeah,
so that's
exactly.
That's its own thing. Thanks, Vibes. All right, awesome guy. Pressure washer came out in Southern Maine today. All right, no love for that. It's warm enough for you to do that, huh? We've got. Okay. Here's a comment here. This was about the gloves conversation, about not getting super wet under the gloves.
Oh.
So get a pair of cotton gloves and pair of oversized one by nitrile gloves. So, okay. So you're going to get cotton gloves and then you're going to put oversized nitrile gloves on top of them. I guess that's a move.
Great in theory. I don't know if I could do that.
That sounds like it might be a little
It'd be too
weird feeling.
I wouldn't have enough feeling.
I wouldn't know unless I tried it, though. So
yeah, don't knock until you
it's
try
always
it.
possible. Cotton work gloves, it says. Okay.
Cotton work gloves.
Awesome guy.
I love the idea, though. I mean, it makes sense.
Oversized nitrile fits perfectly on it for me. I'm usually medium large. Fits snug over a cotton glove. Okay, we're trying that out. Then he proceeded to comment that several more times. What's up?
I foamed part of the TV, so.
Oh, well, that happens. I was just thinking what I was breathing in over here.
It's gonna be a clean screen, though. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
well, yeah, it's gonna be a clean
That's a little
screen.
bit of car candy destroyer. It smells citrusy.
It does.
Yeah, I can smell it.
Yeah, I can smell it all right.
Yeah.
Andrew, what's Andrew saying?
What do you guys recommend for polishing headlights and taillights? That's so funny you ask, because we got the master of headlights that just polished some headlights.
Yeah.
Carson, what are you doing
Straight
for these
up.
headlights?
Oh my goodness, Lucas, you're so nice. I actually shared a room with this guy for a week, and I learned so much about Lucas, probably more than I should. But
hey man, we're like best buds over here.
if you want a turnkey solution, Coach Kemi makes a kit. It's a headlight polish kit. I believe we sell it on the website. If not, it's available on Amazon. But it's right here. I'll show you. This kit comes with everything you need: polish, sandpaper, blocks, polish pads. Other than that, if you want to just kind of buy a couple things, definitely 1,000 grit, 2,000 grit, 3,000 grit. I'd go to 4,000. And then I would do like a heavy cut and then a fine cut of whatever you like personally, and a heavy pad and a fine pad. It's kind of the basics of it, but and a block, if you're going to do it by hand block. If not, definitely a 3-inch machine if you can.
Yeah. Excellent.
It's kind of the basics. Lucas, you have any input?
No, I mean, yeah, sand, polish, coat, send it on its way.
If you really want to go crazy, I heard you guys talking like earlier.
Well, yeah.
Like doing
PPF?
Clear coat, PPF.
Oh,
coat.
yeah. Like 2K clear or whatever.
2K clear is usually the move for a lot of guys.
Doesn't Anthony like 2K clear?
Yeah, he loves 2K clear. Although, ever since he tried the PPF method, that's what he likes now.
We'll do like all 3 of those. That'd be crazy.
Wow, you want to guarantee those
Clear
suckers
coat
look
over
good.
the PPF?
Yeah.
Wait a second, that sounds like
PPF on top.
I don't know.
Coat it.
Well, no, you clear coat them and then PPF.
And then
Yeah.
yeah.
And then you coat those.
Yeah, that's
coat the PPF.
That's a good move.
Yeah.
And throw on a spray sealant topper.
Oh.
That's like
Possibilities are endless.
Going out to winter in not just a jacket, but like 20 shirts.
It's like doing what I'm
just
doing.
Just keep putting
right
more
now.
and more shirts on. Layers, buddy. Okay, so moving along from that, I've got a lot of love for Lucas here. This is about the point in the show where
Hello,
everybody saw
superstar
him
Lucas.
pop up.
What's going on, David?
More love from David Boyce.
Hey,
love
Lucas,
from
good to
Alpha.
see you. Good to see you, my guy.
There we go, another one.
Lucas brings the vibes. They call me the vibes guy for a reason, GT Details. You know
All
what I'm saying?
right. And then Levi has a point. Carson needs to have a respirator on for wheel acid, even at 10-1, he says. And then he goes, listen, I love you, Carson. I don't want you to have the issue that I have.
I was going to say, Levi, yes, thank you. I will.
With love.
With love.
All right. Then we're on from page 2 to page 1. I find listening to you very therapeutic. You're just so wholesome, and I'm a man. Okay, Air. Thank you. We've got phrase in there. Let's see. We've got the next up. Okay. What are you saying?
ADS has some amazing stuff. Love their line of products. By the way, Phobic is just bananas and a real moneymaker. Dude, Phobic is freaking awesome. 90 ml bottle, you get like 5 cars out of that thing. Dude, you're money machine right there. They're giving you free money, basically. I don't know. It's crazy.
Ooh. Just use Power Clean, Master Shine. And then Ronnie Yacht here saying, liquid PPF. Intriguing.
That's what I'm saying, dude. I want to know a little bit more about it.
Excuse me, clearing my throat because, boy, sometimes I spend enough time in here. That fan is helping a lot. Okay, Justin, the one who shall remain nameless, but Justin for us today. What's he saying, Lucas?
What's your opinion of KCX Green Star versus ADS Clean? Should we keep both on the shelf? Would they have different use cases?
Okay.
Great question. I mean, personally, right now I have Clean as my APC of choice in my garage.
I know there's a ton of love for Green Star out there, though.
No, I mean, Green Star is a fantastic product. I'm just trying to think of... I mean, because realistically, you could use both of them kind of for the same purposes. Yeah, it's tough. I mean, I wouldn't say throw one away. Like, definitely use both. No. But, like, if you're asking for the future, should I stock both of them? Personally, I'd probably just go with one or the other. That's what I would say.
That's fair. All right. Then we got Cheap Star.
I have a sample of Liquid PPF Ron. Haven't played with it yet. Well, Sheep, I can't wait to see the video come out when you do test it out.
Sheep makes videos. I'm looking forward to seeing what he does with that. Juice. Rock Auto is like 60 a piece. Now, I'm not sure he actually looked. That might have been the real cheapies for headlights for the
What year is that
CRV.
thing?
It would be around the 2008, 2009 era. Rock Auto has the headlight assembly for 50 to 200 each for the CRV. That's what I was thinking. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because on modern cars, like, even some basic headlights on some modern cars on the nicer end are like $800 to $1,000 for a pretty non-complex headlight, just a newer tech and stuff. It's
but at least just the body. Like,
rough.
yeah, we're sitting in the like 70 to 200 range.
Yeah. I mean, granted, I saw some cheapy aftermarket
but
ones, but
they're
for
available.
OEM look, though, yeah. I like this. Neil White. Rock Auto needs a website refresh.
Yes.
Now, I'm well aware. Rock Auto functions a lot like Craigslist does in that it never changed the look because it really didn't have to.
If you know how to use it, then...
The people who used it never cared what it looked like.
Yeah.
They just appreciated the organization and the functionality.
Exactly.
And to be fair, like, the websites, if you've been on the internet for a long time, you've seen how much stuff has just evolved over the years. Like, that was a look for a long time. People got used to it. All right. We've got Nano 2 is goated from GT Details here. So, love for the hybrid Nano. Yeah.
Pretty nice polisher, if I do say so myself.
David Cervantes. Dane, OE headlamps for the CRV, 350-ish on a factory direct website. See, I mean, that's what I was saying, like on the higher end, because I guess we were thinking almost like a pair. Like I thought 600, 700 would be like the max I would expect for a pair of these headlights. Not projectors, not any of the fancier stuff. It's just for good halogen housing, clean setup like that. All right. Then we've got Details Official. That's right. The boys are here. Details in the house showing love for the whole TRC team. Right back at you, Details Official.
Appreciate you, my guy.
It was great to meet you guys at this year's SEMA. That was a lot of fun. So thank you for coming by the booth.
Funny story too. I just bought a hoodie from these guys.
Oh, you did?
Ordered the wrong size, so I gotta do a little. We're doing it in a little exchange action. You know what I'm saying? But
I always just enjoy. I know it's like fairly simple, but I always liked your guys' logo.
Yeah.
Just
that's why I bought
your graphic design choice. I'm like, it looks cool.
Yeah.
So no, you guys do a great job. All right. We've got Dan the Man here, Alkaline Top Hat. What about a TRC calendar packed with lore, cool cars from the videos and staff, and special dates? That's TRC anniversary, TRCMA, the one time a year Dane washes a car himself.
I'm going to be honest. I mean, I don't think a lot of people would buy those, if I'm being real, but...
If Nate designed one, though, I would buy that.
Yeah, I would
buy that. I'd totally buy that.
I'd keep it in my office.
So if enough people request it, like send in emails to customer service so that Lucas can collect them up.
Let's smash the like button on this podcast,
please,
guys. If we reach, I don't know, I'm not that decision maker, but if we get a lot of likes, we'll try to push it at least. You know what I'm saying?
All right, next up, I've got Vibes Connor. All I got is Mother's Headlight Restore. What's the best way to restore my CTS headlights with that polish when I don't have a polisher?
Man. Well, if you're not gonna wet, I don't know. Depends on, are you sanding them or you're not. I would just try first maybe getting something just like a clean microfiber towel. Just go ham. Press down, go in circular motions, see what you can get out of it, I suppose. Carson, what do you think?
What's that?
Mother's Headlight Restore. How would you go about it with that polish if you don't have a machine?
So I believe are we talking about the Mother's Headlight kit, or are we talking about the polishing polish? Because Mother's has like a drill polish kit.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, which basically that acts as a rotary, and so it can be hard, and you have to treat it as a rotary, which is very intimidating, especially for first-time users. So be wary of that. If it's just a polish, I would just treat it like a normal polish. That'd be one of your final steps. But if it's the actual thing, I would probably just ditch that, do it by hand.
Yeah.
Unfortunately. It's gonna take you a while, but you're not gonna burn through and not ruin your headlights.
Yeah.
Nice.
I like it.
All right. Next up, and I would also say this for people who are looking for kind of like a all-in-one headlight solution kit. KCX does have a good headlight fixer-upper headlight kit. I mean,
What's
it's
even
just
better,
literally
Dane?
headlight correction kit.
And it's even better because it's available on the radcompany.com.
That's kind of what I'm getting at.
So
you
come
can
get
pick the
one.
whole thing up there. Then you don't have to think about what you're going to use because it's all right there.
Exactly.
Okay, next up, Enthusiastic Auto Detailer. What's up, guys? Question. After washing the wheels with KC AWH, I noticed that the brake discs become a bit rusty. Is that normal?
Totally normal.
Okay.
Anytime you put water on rotors, unless they're they're gonna rust. It's just gonna be a little bit of blooming. You're gonna go drive around the block, brake a couple times. You'll be fine.
Taps on the brakes or a good slam once in a while.
Exactly.
Just to cut down on it. An alkaline toe pad actually had some useful advice for vibes there. Says he had wet sand with 400, 800, 2000, then 3000 by hand, and mask around the headlights and keep the grit off the paint. Yeah.
Great process.
Lloyd G to the detailer. Dane was coughing like he took a hit of Ironbuster. Man, I was feeling it, buddy. It was a little bit of something, but that fan's on now. The garage door's a little peaked open. We're doing a lot better.
Oh, yeah.
A lot better.
Got some ventilation.
Then
going.
I've got Sheepstar saying, go back and read my last reply, Dane. Well, I looked at it.
What happened?
I read it, but he said he has a sample of the liquid PPF, which we did say. And then he also said, wait for it. So I think we did that. All right. So then we've got a comment here from Joey Belinsky. Are you guys ready for TRCMA 2026 or what?
We're ready. Are you ready? That's the question,
That's
Joey.
the important question. Yeah. What are you guys going to do about it? Where are you going to be when TRCMA comes for you?
What were you doing on the day of TRCMA 2026?
It's days, by the way. Days.
My fault.
More than one day.
My apologies.
Yeah, it's true.
Won't happen again.
Carson, are you looking forward to TRCMA?
Yeah.
So that you don't have to think about it for a while again? Because it's so much work?
Yeah, I was, last year was my first one. This year, I'm excited because it's my second. So I know what to expect. I'm ready to go. I'm ready to see my friends of the industry. I saw them at SEMA, so I can I know, hey, I already saw you, type thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, super excited.
Well, and I'm actually really curious to hear your thoughts on what your TRCMA experience was like.
Yeah.
Like going there last year, doing the thing, your first real chance to be in it as opposed to watching it online.
It's super cool. I mean, it's behind the scenes. It's way different than watching it online. It's super quiet. I mean, you're behind the scenes. You're super quiet, and my job was getting footage and getting little bits and pieces that you guys saw on Instagram, TikTok, that kind of stuff, and YouTube Shorts, and that's all I did, and it was super cool. But then reaping the benefits of having fun after, going to the after party, the after after dinners and everything like that, super fun. And so all this hard work that you spend You know, especially the production team, Glenn and Nick, they do a great job with this stuff. They prep for months with this stuff and get to kind of reap the benefits. So shout out to them.
All right. Well, thank you for sharing, dude. Then I've got a Lloyd G. Detailer Rock Auto is the Craigslist of car parts.
Yeah.
You're not wrong. It really, really is. Christian GTCS. What's he saying, Lucas?
Without getting too in-depth with plastic cleaning, what's the best way to clean plastic good enough to coat them with stout and not have the durability affected? Obviously, new plastic is better. Well, I would say our friends over at Armor Detail Supply make a fantastic tire cleaner that works on rubber as well. So I would just cut it 4-to-1, spray it directly onto those plastic or rubber pieces or whatever. Or like, if we're talking like black plastic, just spray it on, get like your tire scrub brush, scrub it in, agitate it, rinse it off. Should clean them right up.
Nice. Then I've got Dan here, Alkaline Towpad, saying, Vibes Connor, after polishing those headlights, I would get the headlights PPF ASAP.
Good investment.
Yeah. If you're not comfortable doing PPF yourself, even for a small thing like that, I understand it. As somebody who's tried to wrap and PPF stuff before, if you don't have the skills and you want to learn, you can go listen to Justin Pate at the Wrap Institute. Yeah. But if you find that your motor functions just don't seem to agree with what you're being told is
reach out to
the thing you're supposed to do, like me, you pay somebody else to do it. Somebody who is good and their motor skills do line up with that skill set. What about you? Have you had much luck wrapping things, Lucas?
I took a class from Justin.
You did?
I had a roll of wrap for a long time.
Okay.
And then,
but did you use it?
Yeah, I did. I sold it, as a matter of fact, because I had it for 2 years in my garage.
Oh, so you kind of forgot it was there.
I can go deep into this, or I can not too. I bought, it was a diamond white. I had a black Mustang at the time. It was going to be sick. And then I got a red Mazda Speed, wrapping over bright red with white.
Yeah.
Not
ideal.
Wasn't in my wheelhouse.
The easiest cars to wrap in terms of having them look good when you're done, it's like a black car.
It's neutral color.
Just a neutral color, but a black car is the best because then if there's any kind of parts peeking through, it just looks like a shadow.
Yeah.
It doesn't look like anything. It's just perfect.
Fine.
So wrapping other color cars to more exciting colors, you got to hope that wrapping around the edges, like all the extra stuff. And guys will charge extra for like doing the around the edge stuff.
Like, yeah, if you want like underneath your hood.
Yeah, if you want it
like
really
jams,
thorough,
like,
you gotta pay for it.
Yeah.
Right. So then I've got David Cervantes here saying, thanks for the live, guys. Was nice being able to catch one today.
Thanks
you,
for
David.
stopping
I was
by,
happy
man.
you came by and said hi. Then Sheepstar, holy smokes, he says he's a parts manager. He sells headlights. He knows what he's talking about. He said he did it at Honda. Oh, man.
Oh, shit.
Sold you the headlights at Honda. So I know what I'm talking about.
Carson also worked at a Honda
sold the
dealer.
customers the headlights.
I imagine
he's a little bit more qualified. I'll get him
imagine there's a little markup on that end, though, or something.
It's like dealership fraternities right now.
If I'm going and I'm just buying mine off of eBay or something, it's not the end of the world. You know, if they're good quality OEM.
It sounds like he's got ulterior motives. I'm just kidding, Chiefstar. You're great.
Oh, man. No, if he does, I believe him. It's just I have a hard time believing that these relatively simple halogen housings from back this time period would cost that much.
That's not Canadian pricing.
Yeah, they're OEM. Everything OEM is going to cost more.
But I would like get a near OEM and then just make sure that they're really nicely protected and call it good.
But Sheepstar, tell me your cost on those, and then we'll talk.
I bet he won't mention that part.
Yeah.
Most people
tell me your
wouldn't.
list, cost, and MSRP. Or just your listed cost. We'll go from there.
Care Bear Killer says, hey TRC, thanks for being awesome. You definitely make the best towels and I enjoy your content. Thanks, buddy. Appreciate you. And if you're not subscribed to the channel, I would absolutely appreciate if you did that before you left today, because I like to think we produce some pretty cool stuff. Carson works hard, Lucas works hard, and yeah, that old like button, man, really, really does help us out. No joke. Alpha Tango, I'm going to be taking a day off to come visit this year for TRCMA. I know it's just for a few minutes. You guys are busy. Well, while it is true that we are busy, Alpha Tango, I would definitely appreciate if you were to come by. I know that a lot of people here would think it was super cool if you did. So, yeah, reach out, send an email. You can probably hook it up with Lucas here in customer service.
Send me an email. We can schedule
We can
time to
we
go
can
do,
like
a little
set it
tour
up
or
in a way
something.
that'll work better for you, you know? If you haven't already talked to him, that is.
Yeah, me or Lucas, so we can potentially get you in a halftime show or something.
All right.
Sounds like a plan to me.
Then I got Neil White saying, can't wait to see more steak action at TRCMA. Whatever you see, I don't think it's going to be steaks this time. Something's changing. We'll see. We'll see. Then we got Christian GTCS here. Water spot remover sudsing for cracks and grill crevices, I meant, not paint. And for window corners, where you can spray the water spot remover and agitate with brushes. Okay.
I mean, off the top of my head, I don't know of any like foaming or sudsing water spot remover. Unless Carson, Dane, you guys know of one?
Technically, I think Armor's does, but
Yeah, I think it may be
Armor's
a DIY
what?
solution.
Water spot remover?
oh, not water spot. I'm sorry. I
Yeah,
thought you meant iron.
I'm thinking
no,
I'd just use like,
Sorry.
you know,
I don't think I
G-Tag,
have one.
you know, water spot remover, something like that. But it's not necessarily going to be like super sudsy like you're looking
No.
for here.
Nah.
That is, unless you like over apply it and you're just making a big puddle. But yeah, no, I think something like that off the top of my head, unfortunately, I wouldn't have a perfect solution like what you're looking for. But, you know, check them out, see what you can do with that stuff. And if it's not perfect, you can look at alternative methods. I know that while it's not super sudsy or anything, FSE is really nice for like a more basic
love
quick
FSE.
detailer meets water spot remover type thing. But for what you're describing, you're thinking of something more strong, I'm guessing. So W9 or something might be a better fit for you from G-Tech. Otherwise, I would say we're pretty much here at the end of the comments. There's a couple more. We've got Joey saying Carson loves talking about those cost discounts. And then we've got Styler here. Tuned in late, but wondering if you guys are coming to Waxstuck in the UK this year. Unfortunately, not to my knowledge, Styler. So I don't know that we're doing that. I don't believe so. But I'd also never say never, so things can always change. And then we've got Christian GTCS with the best way to prep plastic trim for a coating. Can never seem to get them clean enough for coatings to be durable.
ADS tire cleaner 4-to-1.
Yep.
Spray it on, agitate, rinse that bad mamma jamma.
All right. And
Absolutely.
Carson, I think I'm going to throw it over to you now. I am done with the comments for the day. We have made it to the 4 o'clock mark, but I want to check in on this detail. I want to see how you're doing because that car is looking very soapy still.
Thanks, Dane. I appreciate it. This ran a little long, but that's okay. It's going to look good. Gabe seems to always finish these first, but he doesn't do as good of a job. So that's what I'm going to blame it on. It's not because I'm slow or anything, but basically, I'm still claying the car. I'm claying it and using it as my wash media. It's totally fine. This car's not corrected or anything. Probably needs a correction, but that's okay. That's what I'm doing right now. Other than that, we used the Decon soap. We used Car Candy's Destroyer. It was great. A little citrusy. That's okay. But other than that, I'm going to be rinsing this off here in a few minutes. Then spraying a little bit of Defender on it. And removing these stickers on the back. And calling it a day. But other than that, if you guys did enjoy this, make sure to like it. Dane, take us away.
Okay, thank you, Carson. You've been doing a great job this whole time. We really appreciate you putting in the work, and I know the owner of this car will be so excited to see it looking fresh when it's done here. That's really cool. So, yeah, we will get to see the finished product. I'm afraid you will not, but we made it as far as we did, right? So I know the owner is going to be super stoked when they see their cleaned up car. Anyway, Lucas, thank you so much for popping in the chair, subbing in for Anthony like that.
Thank you so much for having me, Dane. Appreciate it.
You make this whole thing just work just as smooth as I hope.
Oh,
so
man. Appreciate
you're
you.
customer servicing it up as usual. All right, so everybody there, if you're watching right now, listening, wherever you are, I want to say thank you. And also, make sure you are subscribed to the Rag Company podcast on Spotify or wherever you listen to your podcasts. You're subscribed to the YouTube channel here at the Rag Company YouTube channel. And I hope you have a great weekend. We'll see you next week. Bye.